Salutations, my fellow dandies. It's me, Jack Dandy, and we're back in Final Fantasy XIV. After a week off, because I was busy last week, unfortunately, so I had to skip. Fortunately, I've been off this week, so I've actually managed to start kind of almost on time today. I would have actually started at 8:30, but I was watching someone play Among Us. And I was watching Zen and Fruit play Among Us, and I was like, I'll just wait until this round ends, and then I'll start. And it ended, and now I'm starting. So here we are. Yes, it's been a couple of weeks. We are in the post-Stormblood DLC. Not DLC, main scenario quest. However, it's currently the Rising, where we get to go and meet God. So I'm gonna go do that, which was an odd experience for me last year, where I did it, and it's like, I only been playing this game for like a month. What's happening? Well, a few months, I guess, but the point still stands. And we get a minion for a character I haven't met yet, so that's gonna be fun. Speaking of minions, look, I got this little octopus dude. I got him in a crate. Look at him, he's adorable. I don't know who he is, but he's got big Ina energy. I love him. Salutations, acting hero. Has King Charles been coronated yet? I don't know. I honestly, I'll be honest, I'm very much indifferent to the whole royal situation. It's a very emphatic shrug as far as that whole situation is concerned. Maybe he has, maybe he hasn't. I don't know. But yes, also it's because it's the Rising and it's the anniversary. There was a sale on at the store. So, I decorated my room a little bit. It's still a mishmash of just random shit I've picked up. But look, I got these paintings for each of the different scenarios, which I quite like. I'm hoping they add a Endwalker one once all the post scenario quest is finished. There's Ram Reborn, there's Heavenswood, there's Stormblood, what we're doing, and then there's Shadowbringers, which we got to look forward to. And then yes, I have my new clothes. I saw these clothes a while ago on the store. I mean, they've been on there since I started playing, and I was like, yeah, I mean, if I get that and then dye it, that pretty much is my look. But I thought I didn't want to get that and then sort of like be stuck with this look for a while, so I left it. But it was on sale, so I thought I'd finally pick it up. So this is going to be one of my go-to looks from now on, because it's about as close as I can get to my actual clothes, I think. I mean, I don't have tails on my clothes, and you know, it'd be nice if I could customize the shirt and vest color, but it's good enough. It's like I said, it's about as close as I'm going to get to what I'm actually wearing, I think. So, we'll make do. I don't need to exit, I can just teleport. We need to go to Uldar. For everything that we need to do. No. Uldar. There we go. Thank you, I'm glad you like my new jacket. It's nice clothes. They're quite a little bit more expensive than I would have liked, but you know, you got to pay for if you want to look fancy and dandy in this game. But he's your king. I mean, yeah, but it's not like it's not like whoever the king is actually affects me personally. Like the most it affects is like, oh, is our money gonna have a new person on it? It's literally, it's like, we're going to get a new face on the stamps. That's kind of as the most it's going to affect me. Like, this is new. These aren't players, are they? Oh, they are. Oh, but they're all... Oh, okay. Let's ignore that. I guess... Ruby Red. Yes, this is Ruby Red. I thought I'd pay the price. I thought it was expensive, annoyingly, but I thought it was worth the cost to get the proper red shade of red for my jacket. So, everything gets a free crown. Well, we're making a day off, or a few days off, which is nice. So it'll probably be next week or the week after. They normally take a little while. We got a day off. Andrew? Philip. We got a day off for Philip dying earlier in the year. So if they gave us a day off for Philip, they got to give us a day off for the Queen. So that'll probably be in the next week or two. And I work for, well, I'm a public servant, technically. I kind of, not directly a public servant, but kind of indirectly a public servant. But I get all the benefits. So if there's a day off, I'll get it. So, alright, let's talk to the Wandering Mints and get this rising thing kicked off. Yeah, so I get a Clockwork Solus from this quest. I haven't met Solus yet. I understand I think he's the villain for one of the... I think he's a villain in Endwalker. So, but apparently he's very popular. I saw a lot of people gushing over this minion when they announced it. So I'm looking forward to meeting him, because apparently he's fun. Ah, if it isn't my dear adventurer friend, pleased am I to see you again. Have you perchance come to join us in remembering the calamity? If you have a moment, there's a favor I'd ask of you. Will you not hear me out? Sure. In part due to the promotional efforts during the recent Moonfire Fair, more people are seeking to take up adventuring. Not all are yet wise in the ways of the world, however, and I fear they might fall prey to less principled types in Uldar. If one such as you were to help them on their way, I would feel more at ease. What say you? Will you not take a fledgling adventurer under your wing? Sure, so long as I don't actually have to... oh yeah, you have to join the mentor program and do at least 7 trials. It's like, oh, dang it. I'm truly grateful. Now, I believe a carriage is due to arrive shortly. If you're going away to the Gate of Nald, chances are a soul will wander in who has just embarked upon the path of adventure. Pray greet them and offer your help. Worry not, you'll have no trouble identifying them. You need but look for someone absorbed in their surroundings. I dare say it will feel like glimpsing into the past. Right to the part where you are greeted by a helpful stranger. I got attacked by pirates. I mean, it's been a while, but I suppose I greeted a helpful stranger rather than I was greeted by a helpful stranger. But regardless, solus equals soulless. Fair enough. Ah, that's my favourite. It's a big blue, well, little blue Lalafal. Wait, hang on, no, that's a different quest. Sorry. What are you, anyway? Corpse Groom. Oh, that's probably for like a dungeon or something I haven't done. There's so many side dungeons and things, and like hard versions of trials and dungeons I haven't got around to unlocking. I feel like when I finally run out of main scenario quests to do, I'll just have to do like a big flush of all of the content that I've skipped. Hey, look at this loser. Although I am dressed appropriately with my butler costume on to assist with this to assist with this greenhorn adventurer. I feel like this would have been an even more confusing quest to do last year, when again I had only just started, and they were like, "You're a veteran adventurer," and it's like, I'm like level 10. I haven't got my Chocobo yet. Who are you? I'm Jack Dandy, Warrior of Light, Godslayer. An experienced adventurer, you say? And you want to help me on my way? Well, I could certainly use some guidance. I've never been anywhere near as big and busy as Uldar. My name is... oh, God. My name is Nagia Jakia, but just Nagy will do. And as you rightly guessed, I'm an aspiring adventurer. That's why I left my village and came here. So I understand you first need to register with the Adventurers Guild. Do you know where it is? Actually, I'm not as familiar with Uldar as some other players. Yeah, no, apparently I do. Apparently I do. It's fine. It's over there. Just through that door, is it? Thank you. I'll head there at once. Okay, rushes off before you can offer further explanation. Perhaps you should follow him to the quicksand. I mean, I'll be honest. If I was like, hey, you need to go to, I'm going to go to Uldar and become an adventurer. Trust no one. Like, there's going to be people there who are going to be trying to take advantage of some young, upstart adventurer. And so I would be suspicious of me too. In and out, in and out. Come on, Nagy. You can do it. Nagy, he's our man. If he can't do it, no one can. Oh, it's you again. To be honest, I'm quite nervous. It's heartening to have you here too. Random stranger I met 10 seconds ago. Why, hello there. What can I do for you today? Lad's here to register, is he? Yes, madam. I wish to join the Adventurers Guild. My name is Nagia Jakia, and I'm 16 years old, practically a man grown. I thought when he said, just call me Nagia, I was like, great, I don't have to remember how to pronounce his name. And then he goes and says it again. Aren't we a lively one? Mamodi's the name, and if you want to be an adventurer, then you've come to the right woman. There's nothing to it, really. You just need to write your name in the register. Come. Honestly, our bar is here. The adventurers die so quickly we had to lower the bar. So long as you can write your name. With that, you're officially a member of the Adventurers Guild. If you ever need a bit of advice about one thing or another, pay me a visit. Just don't go bothering me every time you stub your bloody toe, alright? Of course, I do enjoy hearing tell of a gentleman's woes with the womenfolk from time to time. She's incredibly lonely, just humour her. Now then, normally I'd offer you the grand tour. But in light of present company, I reckon you ought to have it from him. He's a renowned adventurer, after all, the bleeding champion of Eorzea, and you could do far worse than to get his advice. Hello. I'm kind of a big deal. To begin with, mayhap you could recommend a guild here in Uldar for Nagy to join. If it's too noisy in here, there are benches just outside where you can have a nice little chat. Yeah, honestly, I'm surprised you haven't heard of me, considering how big of a deal I am. But you know, I'm not gonna let that, you know, affect my opinion of you. I must confess, choosing a guild is quite daunting. I'd appreciate any advice you can offer. The fun event cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending duty fighter registrations. Alright, let's talk guilds. What did you say if you haven't beaten a Realm Reborn? I have a feeling you might not be able to do this quest if you haven't. I think you have to be a certain... Because sometimes they lock these things... Generally with event quests, they're quite generous. And you only have to be like level 10 or 15 or something. So you can do them if you're new. You basically have to have unlocked travel to the other nation states. But sometimes they lock it behind other, like, later content. Which does suck. But again, I did say it would be weird to do this if you weren't an adventurer. It's like, hey, guy who joined 10 minutes ago, who became an adventurer like an hour ago and was just stacking boxes, why don't you go and help out this new adventurer? So looking the quest behind 300 hours of gameplay. Realm Reborn wasn't quite that bad. You could get through a Realm Reborn in about sort of 50 hours, 60 hours if you just focus on the MSQ. I'm all ears, Jack. Why did you want to become an adventurer? A merchant who was in the carriage with me, Bree something, asked me much the same thing. At the time, I couldn't... It's alright, mate. I've been playing this game for over a year, and I can't remember the names of all the races either. At the time, I couldn't give a proper answer. I had a reason for leaving home, of course, but I couldn't express it in words. But having now set foot in Uldar, it's become clear in my mind. I wanted to know what lay beyond the horizon. Wanted to see it with my own eyes and be amidst it. You've been to many places, right? You like it then? Travelling, that is. Travelling because I put my roots down somewhere. Unfortunately, no one pays me properly, so I can't buy a house. I do have a flat, but I had to cheat to get that. I love travelling. There's nothing like the thrill of seeing new sights. So you do, so you do. I have an older sister. During the calamity, we fled Gridania and took refuge in a village in the mountains. I ended up staying in that secluded place, and it's long been a dream of mine to travel the world. But inexperienced as I am, I don't know if I could live a life on the road. Is there a guild that could equip me with the skills I need? One representing students of the fighting arts, one representing crafters and gatherers. I'm looking at this guy with a flower in his hair, and with a feather in his hair, and I'm thinking, crafters and gatherers. Oh, I see, a place where I can learn a trade. Indeed, we can't always rely on fighting to make a living, and having the ability to gather or craft would be invaluable. If I recall correctly, Uldar is home to the Alchemist Guild. I happen to have some familiarity with medicinal herbs, and I dare say I can put the knowledge to use. Yes, I believe this is a guild for me. I'll go and join at once. I'll show you to the guild if you like. Thanks for your concern, but I should be fine. If you still have time, though, could you meet me again afterwards? There are a few more things I'd like to ask you about. Great. I'll look for you here when I'm done. Oh. 6,000 hours. I mean, Realm Reborn felt like that at times. Especially the post-Realm Reborn stuff. You wait a good while, but Nagi is nowhere to be seen. Perhaps you should look in on him at the Alchemist Guild. Just find him outside having a panic attack, breathing into a paper bag. It's like, yeah, I mean, I was definitely right that fighting is not for you, my feline friend. I don't know if this was the closest Aetherite, but I don't know my way around Uldar very well, so I'll just go where I know to go. No, why would I want to talk to that lady? Oh, you told him to fight. Does he just go along with whatever you suggest, then? Idiot! Had my mental faculties been diminished as a result, what then? The world would have been forever been deprived of my genius. What? That's what. Hello, Warrior of Light here. Who are you supposed to be? This trainee's keeper? Well, then you should know the fool switched my drinking water with some unknown fluid, which I unwittingly imbibed. Oh, I'm sorry, Master Severin, but it was just a herbal tea. You looked weary, and I thought that might help. Why in the seven hells didn't you say so first? That way I might have recorded my vital signs and ascertained the tea's effects. Such negligence ill befits an alchemist. I want to kick you out of my laboratory right now. Oh. Still, you completed the assigned task perfectly. In light of this, you haven't earned another chance. Very well. You may serve as my assistant, on a probationary basis. Okay, he seems to be doing fine. Oh, he became a monk, and they said he was good. Fair enough. Well, he's apparently he sounds like he's an okay alchemist, but he just does occasionally take the initiative with regards to herbal tea. Sorry I had to see that, Jack, but it seems all is well, at least for now. Master Severin truly lives and breathes alchemy. Though the tea is quite bitter, he thought only of its effects and made no comment on its taste. I believe I stand to learn much under him, and I'll do my best not to incur his ire. I must also apologise to you for keeping you waiting. So engrossed was I in the potion making, I lost track of time. That's alright. It's not like I've got anything else to do. Oh, well, one other thing. As at my work, a peculiar minstrel approached me. He said that, if I'm resolved to walk an adventurous path, I should seek him out for a task. Moreover, he asked that you accompany me. If you're willing, he's apparently waiting at the Ruby Road Exchange. Yeah, I know the dude. So I guess it doesn't matter which you send him on then. He's happy. He's good at punching and he's good at potions. Just like me if I was a wizard. I feel like that was the one thing missing from the Harry Potter movies that I didn't like. It's just there wasn't enough fisticuffs. My friend, you've done a splendid job as a guide. I was right to entrust the task to you. What? Do you mean to say Jack approached me at your behest? Yeah, I wouldn't have done this voluntarily. He did. I must confess, you see, for my next composition, I seek to capture the essence of the times. While any number of subjects would be worthwhile, of greatest interest to me is the recent rise in the ranks of adventurers. In thus bringing a different generation of adventurers together, I had hoped for inspiration to strike, and I'm pleased to say that it has. Drawing upon your experience, walking your path, you have helped Nagi to begin walking his. A reminder that the present owes its existence to the past. That is to say, the present and the past are deeply entwined. If we would capture the former, we cannot well disregard the latter. And this brings me to my next request. I ask that you each find an object with a connection to the calamity, the event which gave rise to the realm's rebirth, and present it to me with its tale. Well, now that sounds not unlike a treasure hunt. I mean, my very first task as an adventurer. What do you say, Jack? Shall we do it? Sure, okay. Excellent. When you have your items, pray seek me out at the Ruby Road Exchange. I eagerly look forward to seeing what you bring. It seems kind of a vague task, I'm going to be honest. It sounds more like something you'd give like a school child to do on a field trip, rather than, you know, the hero of Eorzea. But yeah, whatever, fine. You're giving me a free minion, so... There are many vendors at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange, right? Chances are they'll have something, so let's begin our search there. Yeah, bye. Who needs fisticuffs when you have ones made from toothpicks? That's what I'm saying. You know, just... Next time someone tries to do an Expelliarmus on you, just, you know, punch them in the jaw. You see how good their aim is when they're seeing stars. It's like the old wizards with a gun thing. It's definitely a lot. You can definitely shoot someone faster than they can say a spell. So... Come on, let's begin looking around. Nidiaraki is now accompanying you. Keep him at your side in order to proceed with quest objectives. You can leave Nagi behind by entering a different area, or by speaking with him and selecting the option to part ways. If you wish to have Nagi accompany you again, return and speak with him at the original location. While you're accompanied, you may encounter conversation points along the way, which offer additional topics of discussion. Enter the glowing area and speak with your quest companion to initiate these bonus conversations. Enjoy exploring your surroundings together. I've done one of these before. I think the Christmas quests. You got to go on a date with Goldberg, Vanderville. I liked that because it was a character I knew. This is just some guy. Oh, it's just the local cuisine. Goodness, but everything looks amazing. In the course of your journeys, you must have sampled all kinds of food. No, mostly I just eat whatever I have in my pocket. Do you want some marmot steaks? I made them a year ago. From simple fare to exotic feasts. Oh, I did have goblin cheese. There, in fairness, I did eat goblin cheese. I don't recommend it. I look forward to sampling everything too. Are they still juicy? Oh, you know it. There's nothing that keeps a steak juicier than pockets. The dry inside of new, different pockets as well, because I've changed clothes a lot over the last year. House of Splendors. What kind of place is this, I wonder? I see you're not familiar with the house. We offer wares in exchange for scripts, but our services are available only to those who we know and trust. So if I want to be a customer, I need to make a name for myself. One day, Nagi, one day. I'll be honest, I don't think they... Yeah, I don't think they trust me either, so I wouldn't feel too bad about it. Is that the only one? Are those two the only conversation options? Okay. Or can we go elsewhere? Looks like it's just those two. Alright, well, let's go and do the actual quest then. Greetings and welcome to my exhibit. Please feel free to browse at your leisure. And don't hesitate to let me know if you have any questions. We're looking for objects that bear a connection to the calamity. Do you have anything that fits the description? As a matter of fact, I do. Yonder Pain, entitled The Sultana 7, depicts an inspiring event from the calamity. 'Twas the final days before the fall of Dalamud. Its inexorable approach foretelling our impending doom. Panic spread like wildfire, while many in their desperation turned on the Sultanate. Looting and rioting broke out across Uldar. To quell the masses, Her Royal Majesty Nanamo Ul Namo, I'm going on a date with her in a minute, took to the streets with a guard. Don't give me that look. Don't give me that look. I'm telling the truth. To the streets with a guard consisting of only 7 subjects, for they alone had the courage to stand with their sultana. There she addressed the rabble. Heed me, my beloved citizens. The realm lies upon the brink of the 7th Umbral era. Yet so long as we live, we must not forget our compassion. Now is not the time to take from your neighbour, but to proffer him the hand of succour. Brought to their senses by her words, the people lay down their arms and set about healing the wounds they themselves had inflicted on Uldar. And those who returned to the battlefield found their home much as they had left it, a gleaming jewel in the desert. Her Majesty sounds like a great ruler. Uldar's fortunate to have her watching over it. Thanks for sharing this tale. It's indeed inspiring. You've done an incredible job capturing it in glass. Oh yeah, there's the picture. Oh, I think you can buy that from the Square store, from the FF14 store as well. Should look around some more. There's bound to be other things out there. So, this is nice, but we'll see what else we can find. See if we can find something better first. Then we'll come back. Given is a tear. That means he doesn't breed. He might not breed, but you know, he might still get around. Greetings, from daily necessities to unusual curios. I deal in all manner of wares. If there's something particular you seek, you need but ask. Objects to do with the calamity. The 2 of you are adventurers, are you not? In which case, I have something that may be of interest. It's a journal I acquired from an adventurer who retired injured. The man recorded his experience during the calamity in detail, and I dare say it has value for students of history. Apologies, there appears to be a tiny chocobo with goggles on my desk. I'll keep talking, and hopefully it moves out of the way. Oh, and your tentacle thing seems to have joined it. Oh, there we go. It's gone now. An adventurous first-hand account. I'd love to pore over it. Do you keep a journal of your adventure as well, Jack? If so, I'd love to read it too one day. With your permission, of course. I mean, you can read it. It's mostly cutscenes, though. Oh, and for another historical piece, I have a scrapbook of articles from the Raven, Gridania's leading tabloid. These mainly cover events outside the calamity, however. Articles from the Raven, you say? So far, so good. Let's look around just a little more. What's up, Lalonu? Welcome, welcome. What is it that you're after? Objects with a connection to the calamity, you say? Well, I've just the thing. An amethyst ring from Ishgard, steeped in sentimental value. 5 years ago, on the eve of the Battle of Cartano, a young temple knight set out from his homeland, wishing to do his part for Eorzu when his nation would not. Alas, the man never arrived in the flats. En route, he came upon a merchant being attacked by a dragon, and lost his life going to the stranger's aid. This was his ring, an heirloom passed down through his line. What a tragic tale. But I wonder, how did the ring find its way back? If the knight fell, it seems the merchant couldn't have survived unscathed. I remember now. Though the knight was mortally wounded, he succeeded in striking down the dragon. And with his last breath, he entrusted the ring to the merchant. Yeah, that's how that happened. So what do you say? If you're interested, I'm willing to part with the relic for a special price, but for today only. This feels a bit dubious. I dare say we've seen enough. Let's find a quiet spot to discuss what to bring back. I say the ring. It's an important lesson in not trusting your instincts. In fact, sometimes you need to think about what your instincts would do, and then do the exact opposite. Right, this looks like as good a spot as any. I don't know what about you, but that was all very new and exciting for me. I've never been shopping before. Talking to a myriad of people, learning the tale behind each object. It's been a great experience, and I won't soon forget it. Now then, we need to decide what we want to take to the minstrel. Have you made up your mind? Okay, well, I kind of want to go for the ring just because of... Like, there's no way to fail these quests. But... I guess the journal. Although I do like Nanamo, so maybe we'll take the pain. I mean, yeah, there's no way to fail this, so let's just go with Nanamo's. Let's just go into Nanamo's window. I see. I did consider that too, but in the end settled on something else. What is it? If you don't mind, I'd like to keep it a surprise. Come, let's purchase our respective items and meet back where the minstrel waits. Oh, okay, so does he choose something else regardless of which one I choose? Well, that's fine. Mine's a picture of Nanamo, so it's gonna win. And I'll fight you if it doesn't. God. It's irritating that they have fireworks. Oh, it's a very nice starry night, I just realised. It's annoying that they have the fireworks sound playing the entire time during the rising, though. I remember this from last year. It's just like, shut up! I get it! You're celebrating! No, I won't bother. I was going to say, I'll eat some, speaking of food stakes, I'll eat some to get my 3% XP, but I can't imagine this quest gives a lot of XP. Welcome back. You've each found an item, I trust. Well, I don't know whether you trusted, but I found an item. Oh, now, what have we here? Ah, yes, the Sultana's 7. I know it well. It is an iconic tale of leadership amidst great adversity. It may be said that Her Majesty's actions that fateful day helped to forge Uldar as it is now. In that sense, it well suits the theme for my composition. Now then, what of you, young Nagi? I hope you went for the journal. And what might this be? It's a scrapbook of articles from the Raven. Oh, okay, he went for the... Okay, so he went for the one that I couldn't possibly have chosen. You see, my sister is a reporter for the tabloid. During the calamities, she travelled the realm interviewing adventurers about their journeys, and I love nothing more than to hear her tales. They seem like such a diverse crowd. Adventurers... Oh, sorry, I thought there was going to be a list, and I got confused. They seem like such a diverse crowd, adventurers. No two people were alike, and yet they were united in the free, unshackled lives they lived. It struck a chord with me, and in time I found myself admiring them. Looking back, it was my sister who instilled in me the desire to see the world, to become an adventurer. That's why I chose this scrapbook. I see. The footprints of someone leaves on their journey become the starting point for another. Unfortunately, this doesn't match my composition. You fail. You don't get a minion. Yes, the verse comes to me. A blessing for those souls who are taking their first chari steps into the unknown. Pray lend me your ears. I'm not singing this, by the way. Oh yeah, he plays his harp and then I go and see God. Like, God damn it, every time! It's like, Heidelin? It's like, no, this is the real God here. Like, I literally made your world. Ah, look at all these starting races and classes. Yeah! Greetings, Warrior of Light. This is a world that exists outside your reality. Could it be a dream? A flight of fancy conjured by your weary mind? Perhaps, or perhaps not. 'Tis a pleasure to meet you again. As I have in the past, I have beckoned you here that I might express my gratitude. First of all, I wish to thank you for continuing to grace us with your presence. You and your fellow adventurers are an inspiration, and they shall never change. The world, however, is an ever-changing place, mysterious in its elusiveness. Unexpected hardships may turn our lives upside down, and though we all desire peace deep in our hearts, the sparks of conflict never cease to be struck. Like an adventurer's journey, the world is constantly moving toward the unknown, and it takes considerable courage to alter course. Yet, I ardently believe that it is a small but insignificant step in our quest to create new adventurers. Indeed, yet another great change is about to visit the world, and it shall open the way to exciting new journeys. I call it Expansion 6. Wait. 5. And 'tis our abiding hope that our journey together shall ever continue on to the distant horizon and beyond. More conflict equals more expansions, exactly. Now the time has come to this vision to end. Time for your eyes to open from this waking dream. Return to walking your path, and know that you are in our hearts always. Till next we meet, I bid you safe travels. Now, I know that Yoshi P is, like, really invested in Final Fantasy XIV, and it's unlikely he would ever leave. Like, he really loves this game, and is, like, fully invested, and is like, I will make Final Fantasy XIV for as long as they let me. But the Rising is going to be really awkward if Yoshi ever drops off as being the director for this game. And it's just like, you have the Rising, and you go into the, you know, he strums his harp, and you go into your mind palace. And it's like, hi, I'm the new god. Yeah, I took over the other guy. I'm, you know. It's weird. That happens sometimes. Don't worry about it. Don't think too much about it. It's fine. Thank you for the generous award and the uplifting verse. It gives me courage for the road ahead. Speaking of which, it's time I set out on my own. Though it was brief, I enjoyed our time together. I hope to see you again, somewhere out there. Pass my regards to your sister, especially if she's single. Bit much. Though much more was lost in the calamity, intrepid souls continued to set forth paving the way into the future. In such a moment in history do we stand, and for you I would perform another song. No, every time you strum your friggin' harp, I have a PTSD flashback. Your life is a riddle to bear gladness and grief. Neath the stars through storms, the answers to seek. That doesn't rhyme. Your footprints are threads to be gathered and woven. A song of dawn resplendent, dancing high to the hovens. That doesn't rhyme either. From the embrace of the gods, though mankind has been torn, upon wind eternal, lives and memories are born. Okay, 1 out of 3, well done. The future is unwritten, bring it rapture or sorrow. Our journey shall continue until tomorrow and tomorrow. Right. 50-50. Good job. Yoshi P with his true hair color, orange. Is that who the Wandering Minstrel was supposed to be? Yoshi P in, like, not human form, because Yoshi is he's in human form all the time, in game form. I wonder, how did you feel as you watched Naki's head off? Did the sight fill you with worry for a fledgling adventurer, or did it awaken fond memories of your own humble beginnings? Whichever it may be, I know that yours is a journey more trying than most. There'll be times when you are overcome by loneliness, and each step feels heavier than the last. In such a moment, I bid you remember this. So long as you harbor love for this world, ever shall there be a place for you in it. Your adventures will never end, as long as your subscription doesn't either. You finished Heavensward. That free trial's long over. Sorry. It's all hard cash from here on out. And you gotta buy the next expansion too, you friggin' cheapskate. Don't piss off the creator, we will get more expansions. Oh, we'll get them. They'll just be worse. What about those who get banned? Do they still have a place in this world? Yeah, they just have to create a new account and buy the game again. So there we go, I've got my Clockwork Solus. I'll leave Solus in the minion bank, because I just got my little octopus friend. And I also, as I have mentioned, don't know who Solus is. So, I'll wait until I actually know who he is. And then, oh yeah, we were at Gold Saucer. I thought we went to go and speak to Mandeville. Yeah, I'll wait until I actually know who Solus is before having him as a minion. I will find it funny to be like talking to him and also have a tiny version of him waddling around behind me. Right, that's the Rising done. It's still weird speaking to Yoshi in-game as God, but, you know, it is what it is. So let's continue our date with Nanamo. I mean, she doesn't say it. She says it's not a date, but I know. Prophet, the thought never even crossed my mind. But standing around lamenting my naivety will do not do anyone any good. I shall consider my lesson learned and press on. Jack, are you perchance acquainted with any successful merchants? If my attempt at philanthropy is obliged to reap a profit, it would seem wise to consult someone with a knack for business. Who do I know? Ordinarily, I'll not trust an agent of the East Aldenard Trading Company. But if you hold this Hancock... Oh yeah, Hancock's great. If you hold this Hancock fellow in high esteem, I'm content to be led by you. You may repay my faith by journeying to distant Kugane and speaking with him on my behalf. Thanks, Nanamo. So, I believe in you, and you can repay me by travelling halfway across the friggin' world. Eager though I am to visit those shores, I have not the leisure for a lengthy sea voyage. Now, assuming you will travel as adventurers I want to do, I shall await your reports by the Etherite in Uldar. A fair journey to you, Jack, and a swift one, if you please. So, travel across the world and be quick about it. So, alright, Nanamo, you don't ask for much, do you? I mean, yes, I can teleport there, because I have, like, in huge amounts of like mana or magis, whatever it is that lets you travel by aetheryte. I have loads of it, apparently, but still, you know, try and be reasonable. You guys have a place in this world unless you use mods, you filthy cheater. You can use mods, just don't talk about using mods. You know, so long as no one notices that you're using mods, it's fine. If you want to do G-Poser or whatever, you go crack on. Just don't talk about it. Yeah, I will say, having played this for a year, meeting Yoshi again is... It did have a bit more of an impact than last year when it was just kind of like, I don't understand why I'm doing this. Who are you? What's going on? But yeah, it was nice. And I got a free minion. That's the important thing. She walked right through you. Yeah, they do that. The pig NPCs, they have a character, they have a path that they're going to walk on, and they don't care who's in their way. They'll just fade into nothingness if they have to. Jack, wait, what was Hancock's voice? Jack, to what do I owe the pleasure? Or are you here on business? I beg your pardon. Her Grace the Sultana would have my opinion on how best to invest the wealth of Uldar. My dear Jack, I have to thank you for this recognition. I am sure, and I am flattered that you came to me. Truly flattered. But why settle for a lowly apprentice when you could have the master? Upon matters of profit, there is no living soul better qualified to advise Her Grace than Chairman Lolorito, a man whose morning exertions are said to fill his garderobe with gold. Was he like a cam girl? I should be happy to arrange a meeting with you. Say, at the Scion's former headquarters in Thanalan? The Waking Sands would seem a suitably neutral venue for negotiations, don't you think? Very well, Jack, and may your dealings prove fruitful. Okay, well that was expensive. Where do I need to go now? Back to Uldar. Like, again, they really need to, like, figure out the Link Pearl network in Eorzea. And beyond Eorzea. Because you can't always rely on the warrior of, like, sending your messages for you. You do occasionally need to just phone someone up. Like, hey, Hancock, do me a favour. Welcome back, Jack. Did your merchant friend have any useful advice to share? With Lolorito, and you agreed to this? I am well aware of his standing in the field of business, but I hope to keep the monetarists at arm's length, and him in particular. I mean, he was involved in that whole pretending to kill me fiasco, if you haven't forgotten. I mean, okay, technically he helped also in the unkilling me part of it as well, but, you know, you don't get credit for tidying up your own mess. Nay, I cannot live in fear of the man. I must learn how to treat with him if I am to rule Uldar effectively. Very well, I will meet with Lolorito. Let us go on ahead to the Waking Sands and prepare for his coming. We'll put up little banners, what's the word I'm thinking of? You know when you string them across from the ceiling and it says like happy birthday or something, or like congratulations. What are they called? Not banners, but whatever. So this is where the Scions first congregated. I've heard many tales, but never had occasion to visit. To work then. The hour of the meeting draws near, and I would gather my thoughts. Pray see to it that we have the appointed room to ourselves. Just poke my head in. It's just like, oh, we're not even going in the main room. We're just going to go in the side room.
A personal summons from the Scions. This must be important business indeed. Though, if it concerns anything so underhand as an assassination, I fear I can be of little help.
Why would you instantly go to assassination? If we wanted to assassinate someone, we just ask Thancred to do it. Or me. Nano has the ultimate disguise. I mean, apparently people don't recognize her without her normal clothes on, so... Oh, I see what you mean.
You have made your point. 'Tis indeed unsettling to find oneself seated across from an impassive mask.
Oh, I see. She was no, that wasn't my intention.
There. Would this better please your grace?
I wanted to
Or
hide
should
my
I
appearance.
address you as Lady Lilira?
I don't know. It's late. I mean, is Lilira like a maiden name?
Nay, the deception has served its purpose. I'm glad to see you found amusement in my little jest, Lord Lolorito, but shall we proceed to the business at hand?
By all means. I must say, I'm most eager to hear your proposal.
Made my point. I didn't say a damn thing. That's how good she was at making her point. She can win an argument without even saying a word.
Refugees camped in Thanalan in their efforts to return to Alamigo.
She learned from the Warrior of Light. The Warrior of Light expresses all of his emotions through mime, like can recount detailed stories of conflict and things just by the power of gesticulation.
The reparations you paid in the wake of your earlier misdemeanors will be used to fund the endeavor, together with the fortune seized from the late Teleji Adeleji's estate.
Oh, I miss Teleji Adeleji. He had a fun name to say.
But this plan is not intended to benefit the displaced alone. I would make of this an investment which shall enrich Uldar and Alamigo both. And who better to consult on matters of profit than the wealthiest man in all of Thanalan? I beseech you then, Lord Lolorito, share with us your mercantile wisdom.
Ah, 'twould seem your grace has matured beyond acts of earnest yet misplaced charity. Pray tell me more. To summarize, in return for facilitating the repatriation of refugees and assisting in the establishment of new industry in Alamigo, you ask that a proportion of all subsequent profits be promised to Uldar.
That's one hell of a mime.
Ha! I am impressed, Your Grace. 'Tis an elegant solution, albeit one lacking certain crucial details, specifically which industry and where.
How swiftly you identified the weakness in my plan, just as I knew you would. Your travels have taken you across the length and breadth of Gear Abania, and you know the land far better than I.
Oh, hang on. I didn't think I was going to be asked questions. I thought I was just going to be here to, like, be a bodyguard.
Which of the settlements you visited would best provide a home for our refugees? Which has the greatest potential to flourish, given the appropriate investment?
I honestly forget which one's which. I legit can't remember which one's which in this one. The Saltery is the final area. That's where we kicked out the Empire. Because all the monsters are salty. That's the only reason I remember that. But I don't remember which one's Alagana and which one's Alagiri. None of the above. Oh, so all of these are wrong answers, are they? I'll just go middle then.
Yes, if a stable trade route can be established between Uldar and Alamigo, then Alagiri would once more become an important waypoint. But while such growth would greatly benefit its current residents, I'm afraid it could sustain little beyond that.
Oh, okay, so Lolorito's going to shoot holes in whatever suggestion I make, then. Alagana, then.
Yes, a quarry town certainly does carry the potential for profit. At least it would do were it situated anywhere near a lucrative market. It would cost more to transport the materials than they are worth, in my humble opinion.
Okay, so none of the places I see. Yeah, okay, so he's gonna shoot them down. Lolorito. I clearly you want me to say the Saltery.
Ah, yes, that desolate little village on the shore of Loch Seld. I know the Saltery and its products well. The Imperial invasion brought an end to their more widespread distribution, much to the dismay of many a wealthy gourmand, myself included.
I do friggin' love salt.
Salt has ever been a transformative ingredient.
Oh, it does. Okay.
And in this instance, I dare say, it could transform a modicum of effort into a mountain of gil.
The local citizens will need to be consulted, of course, but I trust the East Aldenar Trading Company can be relied upon to provide its assistance in negotiating a mutually beneficial arrangement.
Naturally, Your Grace. I shall dispatch representatives well versed in the extraction of this white gold and wring every last ounce of profit from its production.
Lolorito, I just have his sort of face just like, how dare, every single time he cuts to it. Also, I think that's the first time I've heard anyone pronounce ons, which is interesting, because I've been pronouncing it ounce. I just figured it was like an old spelling for ounce, but it's apparently owns. Ons.
The Loch's bounty will contribute to Alamigo's enrichment, whilst easing the burden on the bull's aching shoulders. Just as Your Grace desired.
I'm pretty sure at this point, the localization team at least, try and find one old English word to insert, or just any word from any language which is not obvious how it's pronounced. Insert it into the dialogue for at least 20 hours before a character says it out loud, just for people to mispronounce it. Because it just keeps happening.
A deal is struck, then.
Okay, well that's... Salt it is. Salt was the key. I fear it'll be many years before I feel comfortable taking part in such negotiations. But I shall not complain. We have piqued Lolorito's interest and secured his invaluable expertise. Thank you, Jack. I could not have done it without you. What have I got? Onigariaki, jellied compote, persimmon leaf sushi. I mean, I'll probably just take the 1,000 gil if that's alright. I am quite poor. Plus I have 7 marmot steaks. I'm fine. Which is what I was going to eat. There we go. Oh, no. There we go. Our course is decided. I shall return to the palace and have my ministers begin work on implementing the particulars of the plan. If I could prevail upon you one more time, Jack, I would ask you to convey the details of our negotiations to Commander Hext on your return to Alamigo. My thanks again. Together we have laid the groundwork for an endeavour which promises to benefit the people of Alamigo and Uldar both. So am I just leaving you here? You still need to get back to Uldar, don't you? Slathis. Take care of Nanamo. I don't know who you are, but... I mean, if you guys are here, I'm guessing you're Scions? been a while since I've been to the Waking Sands. I didn't know there was anyone other than Urianger here, to be honest. Apparently there is, though. Alright, anyway. To the Saltery. Smell. What's up, team? Jack, you're back. What did Nanamo... Oh, sorry, you're allowed to talk about your audience with the Sultana. So, Raubahn says he's going to... Raubahn says he's going to return to Uldar, but she isn't sure he wants to. Oh yeah, I remember that was the pretense for this entire thing, was that she was like, I need to find out what Raubahn actually wants. So scratched my cheek at one point, and it managed to smudge my glasses, and it's bugging me. There we go. Tell us something we don't know, but I'm pleased to hear she's committed to helping our refugees come home. And this plan to revitalise the Saltery does make a lot of sense. Quite how you convinced her to seek Lolorito's help is another question. After all that has happened, he's the last person I would expect her to turn to for advice. But on a more practical note, Lise, assuming the interim government elects to accept Uldar's proposal, I have one caveat I should like you to include in the bargain. Alamigo must be permitted to cover a portion of the investment. We have a fortune at our disposal, after all, and allowing Uldar to provide the entirety of the capital will afford Lolorito too much control. Honestly, Arthano, it's like Cook and I never happened. What exactly does a ruthless profiteer have to do to earn your trust? But yes, you do make a good point. First things first, though, we need to discuss this proposal with the Saltery's residents. Whiskar, how do you fancy explaining the Sultana's plan to your grandfather? I'd like to hear what thinks of the idea before agreeing to anything. Right away, Commander. Would you mind coming along? I think this is the voice I gave Whiskar, because I gave him a voice before I saw his face. Right away, Commander. Would you mind coming along, Jack? I might need you to fill in the details. Then I shall come along as well. Should what wish to discuss figures, my knowledge of the nation's finances may prove useful. Such triumphant music for a discussion about salt. Where's what? Oh, okay. On to my egg and away! Ah, I very, very nearly... I've been talking about it since I started playing this. And I didn't realise this egg had an action on it I could do. That's great. I almost bought the Fenrir mount. Like, I was so close to buying it. I looked at it and went, it's down in price. I spent that much on like Fortnite skins at this point. I might as well buy a bike which at least has, like, of all the mounts, the Fenrir at least has a tangible advantage in that it has the level, the mount speed upgrade in areas that don't have it yet. So I can get around slightly quicker. But I was just like, I just can't. Maybe I will, though, still. Hey, salutations, Stratus. Hope you're fine and dandy this evening. What manner of mischief brings you young'uns toward what at this time, eh? They want to rebuild the Saltery, Grandad. Jack, tell them about the deal. We want to rebuild the Saltery. Oh. Well, bugger me. We never had the coin or the hands to put the place back to how it was. But it sounds like that's about to change. There's just one small wrinkle in your plan. It doesn't account for all the nasties queuing up to eat anyone who goes near the shore. The king used to send soldiers to cull the buggers, But the Imperials weren't around to help the likes of us. Don't worry, Grandad. We'll take care of all that. Commander Hex has been talking about starting up regular patrols, and I'm sure she'd assign me to the lock if I asked. I'd appreciate that, Whisker, my lad. Truly I would. So does this mean you've gotten better with that blade of yours? I've been training, mostly to kill Imperials. You've some experience of hunting monsters, don't you, Jack? Some. Do you think you could cast an eye over a few of the local beasties and teach me how to deal with them? You just, poke your sword at them and throw some magic. I kind of... I learn by doing a lot of the time. Let's not waste any time then. I'll see you by the lock. Well, as you are busy attending to the local fauna, I shall have Master Watts explain to me exactly what is required to restore the sorcery to its former glory. Good hunting. Oh, okay. I probably could have just walked around to that. Right then, Jack. I've got a spyglass here, and you can use to take a closer look at those pests. Once you've got their measure, you can tell me what to do, and we'll see how well I get on. Search your surroundings for yabbies. Oh. No. You move the camera as well as zoom in and zoom out. You target a yabby and expect it with R2 and X. There we go. Are you a yabby? I guess you're not a yabby. Okay, no, I guess you are a yabby because I can't inspect it again. I can't go anywhere else. Discover the yabby's weak point. What am I looking for exactly here? Why, I mean, I don't really attack a weak point, I just hit the thing. Jaw. Oh, okay, it does come up with a thing. Okay, thank you. I was just like, I'm sure I've clicked on all but its body parts at this point. It's just like, yes, you found the 2-centimeter gap in its scales along the middle part of its abdomen. Well done. The Abbot's entire body is protected by a hard carapace, but the underside of the head looks soft and vulnerable. Oh, looks like you found a yabby. They say hitting their shells like smacking a rock. Any suggestions? Just hit it as hard as you can. I mean, that is what I do. It's not like I aim for the jaw. I just smack it. But I don't want Whisker to die, so aim for the soft underside of. The thing is, what's the worst that's going to happen if I choose this option? It's not like he will die. The entire plot branches off. I fail to redeem the Saltery. The Alamigo goes back into depression. Screw it. I'm going to roleplay. I'm the warrior of light. I'm a battle maniac. That's all I know. Just hit it as hard as you can. Alright then. I was hoping there'd be more of a trick to it, but brute force it is. Game over, your account gets deleted. Oh, and just after Yoshi P told me there'd always be a place for me. See? He still won. That's the ticket. Thanks, Jack. I just as you told me, and the Wavekin went... Okay, I guess Wavekin's another one name for a Yabby. And the Wavekin went down like a sack of popotos. Let's find something else. Okay, I'm going to intentionally give Whiskar the wrong advice for everything. I just feel like the Warrior of Light is like... Oh no, I was going to say like Goku. But Goku's actually a decent teacher. But just like, he's incredibly strong, but he just is. He has no idea. There's no finesse to his strength. I just beat shit up, you know. I'm just really, really strong. I never really think about the how. I think I can handle the Yabbies now, so we should try something different. What else is out there? Search your surroundings for Phobads. Hey, dude. The eye. I mean, it looks like a sand monster made entirely out of sand. So I don't know that its eye is any more of a weak spot than any other part of it, but, The Phobad's hands are large and powerful, but destroying its crystallized core should render the salt golem inanimate. You sense power pulsating from behind its brow. Oh, I see, okay. And surely the eyebrow is the weak spot. Oh, Phobad. How do I defeat one of those? Just hit it really, really hard as you can. As hard as I can. Well, simple strategies are often the best. Here goes. Exactly. You don't think I beat the Empire using complicated strategies, did you? Oh, no. I just rocked up and hit people. Alphano and Lisa and they're the strategists. I'm the muscle. They point their finger and I make things fall over. That's the relationship we have. Oh man, that's a big one. It's like a daddy. Oh, it's a fate. Oh wait, no, the fate's for the Soblin. Why is there just a giant Phobad over here? Tall mountain. Oh no, here's part of the fate. Okay. Yeah, no, right, calm yourself, fate music. I'm not doing it. I'm just curious why there was a giant one. It's not easy fighting with the Liberator of Alamigo watching your every move, but I got the job done. Thanks for the advice, Jack. I feel a lot better prepared for my patrols now. Enroad, we should head back to the Salty before Grandad starts to worry. I've been snipped into pieces and fed to a Yab... Oh, starts to worry I've been snipped into pieces and fed to a Yabby's hatchlings. Indeed. Achievement fate. That little jingle means it's a hard fate. Oh, is it? I probably need people to help me with it then. I can't just do it on my own. Because I thought recently that I do need other players. I thought recently, I'm pretty strong now. I got my item level quite high. I'll do one of these fates while I'm waiting for something. I can't remember what I was doing, but there was a fate in like the Costa del Sol, and there's a really low level one, so I thought it'd be fine, and I did, and I got my ass handed to me. So it's like, okay, yeah, no, you do need other players for these sometimes. I'll see you've returned in one piece. Dealt with those beasties then, did you? I fought on myself. After a bit of instruction from Jack here, like, once I've shared what I've learned with the others, we should have no trouble keeping the shoreline clear. Good lad. Fine young man you've become, Whiskar. A fine young man indeed. Too often of late I hear tales of folk over in the city, drunk on victory and hungry for revenge, their heads stuck firmly in the past. But we need to set our sights on the future, on things which will improve our lot. Things like getting the Saltery ready to welcome our long-lost countrymen. Yay! Now, see, I could have told him the weak spot of all of those monsters. But if he learns the weak spot of the monsters himself by fighting them, then he'll become the stronger warrior for it. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking with it. Hey, Elfina. I didn't look at the rewards you had for this quest. I think one of them was orchestration roll. It seems Whisker has the sorcery security well in hand. I, meanwhile, have discussed the next steps with Master Watt, and completed my inspection of the site. With a little work, the vacant buildings here could be made into very presentable dwellings. Message from General Alden. Apologies for the interruption, sir, but the General would speak with you at your earliest convenience. Do not feel obliged to wait around on my account. I will remain here to hammer out the finer details with Watt. You act as an intermediary with our business partners in Uldar. You should go. General Alden asked me that you wait for him by the main gate in Alamegan Quarter. My apologies again, sir. Fare you well. Bye. Again, the guy's running back and going, man, we really should just set up like a link pearl network in this area. Save so much, save everyone just so much time and effort. Maybe the link, maybe there is a link pearl network, but there's only one provider. Because they've got a monopoly, they just charge really exorbitant rates. It's like, look, I could just phone him, but it costs like 7,000 gil per minute. So we don't pay you that much per hour, and it will only take you 45 minutes to run there and back, so off you trot. This is the more financially stable decision. Okay, over the walls then. There we go. And back down again. And now we wait. Kept you waiting.
Apologies for the wait. People are screaming for the butcher's blood again. No sooner have we broken up one mob than another forms. Thankfully, all have been amenable to reason, thus far. But it is no concern of yours. We must speak of the men Arenvald and his comrades apprehended in the peaks.
By their uniforms, the captives were first judged to be Imperial troops. But after further investigation, their true identities came to light.
They're just overzealous cosplayers.
I dare say you remember Yuyuhasi and Laurentius, the fugitives who conspired with Captain Ilberd in the Crystal Brave's betrayal.
Oh. You dare say? The names vaguely ring a bell, yes.
Aye, well, it would seem they followed him all the way to the wall. It was they who orchestrated the slaughter of the resistance fighters prior to the Griffin's infernal ritual.
Were it in your hands, how would you punish these men?
I'm trying to remember exactly what they did. I guess they orchestrated the execution of all those people. So killing them probably would be... I mean, we're supposed to be the warrior of light. We're supposed to be better than everyone else. Execution is not the answer. Let's just torture them for the rest of their lives instead.
You would spare these animals? Yours is a more merciful brand of justice than mine. In any event, I thank you for your honesty. When the time comes for the Alliance to pass judgment, I'll see that your opinion is heard.
Yeah, why execute them when we can, get free labor out of them for the rest of their lives?
Well, that concludes our business here. But there is more I would say. Walk with me.
break them down physically and mentally over the next 40, 50 years. Well, I don't know how long they live. However long they live. Just constantly whittle them down. With like sandpaper. Oh, that's way crueler than just executing them.
I bear a share of the blame for Ilbert's atrocities. Had I openly supported the cause of Alamegan liberation, he might not have felt driven to do what he did. Things could have been different, and I'm sorry they aren't.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, the dragon in the end honestly caused very little problems.
That has happened, my homeland is free. With the Scions and the Alliance at their side, my countrymen have reclaimed what many thought lost forever.
Like, he briefly fought a robot, which we acquired very easily, and then merged with a guy, and then I beat him up again. So, yeah, it wasn't that bad. I mean, the robots honestly caused us more problems. It's now dug a big hole or something.
Under her new leadership, I have every confidence that Alamigo will emerge from the shadow of the Empire and rise once more to greatness. Which means my work here is done. Soon I will return to Uldar and take my place at the Sultana's side.
Nah,
Father.
stay.
I'll not deny there's a part of me that wants to stay. The same part that contemplated renouncing my rank and joining you as a wandering sellsword.
Ah, me and Raubahn traveling the wastes, fighting primals. Well, Raubahn can't, but, you know, he could help.
But I pledged my blade to Nanamo, and I will not betray that oath.
Is this truly what you want, Father?
Yeah, but then you gave that blade to Pippin, so it's fine.
It is.
Well, you gave one of them to Pippin.
Ever has my sword been hers to command, and ever shall it remain. Thank you for lending an ear. When all the rest are clamoring for me to stay, I trust you'll send me on my way.
You do really see how ridiculous it is when you see Raubahn and Pippin standing side by side, and you can see that the sword he has on his hip is like 4 times the size of the sword he gave Pippin. It's so dumb. I love it, but it's just so silly. Oh, do I not even get the choice to tell him, nah, stay, mate? Nanamo will understand. She's Nanamo. She's a Sultana. She's a tiny, withered fruit. Hi, Arnvald. When did you get here? That took longer than I intended, but at least you know where I stand. Now that's settled, Arnvald, what news? We may have a problem, sir. A group of Ananta has arrived at the main gates, and I don't mean the Vera. These are Qualiana, the ones that summoned the Primal. Hey, my snake lady friends. They're insisting they be allowed to attend the council. Lise is trying to reason with them, but she may need help. An invitation was extended to all of the native beast tribes, but we assumed the Qualiana would refuse it out of hand. We'd best go and see for ourselves. Pippin, take him out of our forces and be ready for battle. Jack, you've dealt with these Qualiana before. I'll have you at my side. Whee! Their snake people can't be a problem, it's fine. I insist that they can't. That reminds me, I do at some point need to do the Ananta Beast Tribe quests so that I can get a snake made for my my broom. I wonder when I should do that. See, I do need to do a lot of the Beast Tribe quests for the Triple Triad cards, so I could just do all of them in one go. I say in one go. It set aside a time for them. Maybe once I catch up on the main scenario quest, or maybe I could just do the Ananta real quick one session, and then before moving on to Shadowbringers. I'll have a think. Jack, Raubahn, gods, it's good to see you. Ah, the Slayer has come. We have not forgotten how you sinned against the Lady of Bliss, but we did not come here to shed blood. You claim to seek harmony with all who call Gyr Albania home. If this is truly your wish, you will welcome us as envoys of the Ananta. Here's our wish, and you are welcome, but we cannot condone the summoning of primals. If you want to enter the palace, I must ask that you first surrender any crystal jewellery. You have my word that it will be returned to you when the meeting is over. We will do as you ask, but you will not have our weapons. We are not so foolish as to place ourselves entirely at the mercy of our tormentors. I reckon that's the closest we're going to get to a compromise, and we will have people standing guard. Who asked for your opinion, random NPC? Aye, we'll let them keep their swords. Then we have an agreement. Lead the way to your meeting chamber. Okay, did you need us? Honestly, I feel like if you had just asked the question, that could have been resolved without me. Why do I have a feeling we've welcomed a viper into our midst? I mean, they are. Hey, mission finished. I'm sure they'll be fine. And there won't be any problems. What did I just pick up? I got up a Dariaki weapon coffer. A Shishio Kai, and a measure of his reach orchestration scroll. Neat. Let me top up my marmot steak. I don't think that's better than what I've currently got. Oh, it is slightly better. Man, I've leveled this one up as well. I need to go spend some time in Eureka, leveling up my katana. Ooh, it's quite pointy. Okay, this is okay. Oh, I'm wearing the recommended gear. Alright, we got an extra 3 damage. That's nice. Ah, we get a little Raubahn minion. Ah, these quests are paying dividends at the moment. This Querlana Elder's intentions seem at odds with all we know of her tribe. What think you, Jack? Mayhap even the enthralled can learn to compromise. You believe an understanding can be reached. It's not entirely unheard of, I suppose. Those who followed Saint Shiva eventually sought reconciliation with Ishgard. Whatever the truth, I would take no chances. The god must be strengthened, ideally with people who know a thing or two about primals. Can we rely on the Scions? I'll round up our comrades and send them to the Alamegan Quarter. You can go on ahead if you like, Jack. My thanks. I will see you in the palace. I mean... yeah, me and Arnvald are about the only people here who can actually, like, face a primal right now. And, I mean, I say face. Arnvald can kind of look at a primal. I don't know that he'd be much use in a fight with a primal. Like, he's kind of okay at battle, I think. And that's about it. They're making me like Arnvald as well, which is a shame. Because when he ultimately betrays us, I'll feel even worse. That's their plan as well. Make you like the character, and then they just pull the rug right out from underneath you. Oh, hey, it's Gestaller. Oh, and Thancred. They just didn't have anything else to do. Jack, I've brought reinforcements. Arenvold told me that you arrived with your unexpected guests, and I agree that it would be prudent to call upon Gestaller and Thancred as well. One can never be too careful when dealing with the enthralled. I am not familiar with the Koalana tribe myself, but Alisay's report suggests that they shunned contact with other races. Despised it, in fact, even compared to other Ananta. Indeed, this apparent reversal in attitude is most curious. No one expected a response to our invitation, much less an envoy, and I imagine Elise was forced to make some rather hasty arrangements in order to accommodate them. Speaking of which, how should we deploy ourselves? If the meeting is to be held in the throne room, it would seem wise to have eyes both inside and outside the palace. Gestaller and I can stand guard without. That leaves the three of you to keep watch over proceedings in the throne room itself. Nod. Understood. We should join General Alden inside then. Jack, do you know of the rear entrance to the palace? It's on the eastern edge of the city, at the top of the stairs. The guard there should have been instructed to let us pass. Away we go again. Really glad I unlocked flying. Imagine having to run everywhere. Who are the Scions, sir? General Alden left orders that you were to be escorted inside. If you follow me. Yes. Come on, give us a voiced cutscene. Oh, who's the rabbit people? Have we met them before? I don't think they've come up yet.
Thank you all for coming. I am Lise Hext, and I speak for the Resistance. Among you are village elders, refugee leaders, envoys from the Ananta and the Kikern.
And a weird rabbit thing with a beard. Why are you here?
You've come from every corner of Girabania to help decide the future of Alamigo. But before that, I want to ask you a question.
Oh no, it's a Kikern. I remember now that's what they look like.
What was the first thing you noticed when you came in? For me, it was that empty throne.
It's very nice, yes.
It has no one to sit on it now. No viceroy, no king. Would any of you like to take their place? Or should someone else sit there? Then let's sit here in a circle, as equals, and I hope, as friends.
Oh, it's convenient that all of them shook their head. If one of them said, I'll do it. Yeah, I'll be king. I have ambition. It's just incredible. It worked out nicely for Lise that everyone said no. I mean, we could have arranged a table and chairs, I think. That was the one thing that we could do during the war, is transport the
done. Lise has removed monarchy as a choice early in the game, and positioned them to consider a joint government.
Alright, well don't talk too loudly, Alpha, now. We don't want to exploit the... We don't want them to understand her mind games early on.
All things considered, I would say events have got off to a fine start.
And that is
Another vote in favor. Next, let's hear from Shanti of the Kalyana. Tell us, how do your people feel about the idea of a republic?
The Ananta wish only that those who dwell within Gir Abania devote themselves to our faith. You shall all worship Sri Lakshmi!
No. Oh, okay. I'll go and sit back down then.
Lady of Bliss, grace us once more with your beauteous visage!
Yeah, I just sort of sat there going, let's see how I'm not going to react yet. Let's see how this plays out. Oh, the palace had crystals hidden in it. Oh, am I going to beat up Sri Lakshmi again?
This can't be happening. No crystals were allowed through the door.
We can worry about the how of it later. We need to evacuate these people right now, or the Primal will make thralls of them all.
It's up to us.
Blech. A bit late, Raubahn, but, you know. Okay, Arenvald is a bit more reliable than I thought he was.
Gods damn it! The guards were already turned!
Ah, they throttled them.
Fools!
No, you don't!
The Kalyana would see us all enthralled.
Then they're going to be sorely disappointed. We have the Warrior of Light and Arenvald to shield us.
Aye, but they can't well defend your guests and attack the Primal, can they? We're stuck on the back foot.
I can. I'm really good. Just leave it to me. You guys carry on.
All right, I think I have an idea. Keep these people safe, General. I'll be back as soon as I can.
Ah, whatever she's about, she'd best make it quick.
What? Y'shtola and Thancred supposed to be watching the outside? What? What are they doing?
Come then. Who will be next to die on my steel?
And where's Pippin? He's probably busy doing something. Alright guys, I know this is like really important and stuff, but I'm gonna go and play some Triple Triad at the Gold Saucer. See you guys in a bit. Bye. So I just love that you can leave. Like they even give you the opportunity to leave during a moment like this. Hey. Alright. Let's go on. Right, I'm done ruining the tension. How do we fight her without leaving our allies wide open? We can't stay on the back foot forever. No, damn it. If we think like we've already lost, No, damn it. If I think like that, we've already lost. I have the Warrior of Light at my side. We can do this. Isn't that right, Jack? Use the duty action Deflect to dissipate the Aether Spheres. Lakshmi releases during the battle. Be warned that allowing an ally to be enthralled by the Aether Sphere will result in failure. Okay. I'm guessing that's going to be one of the ones I have to do with a stick. Fine, I know how to do... Yes, there it is. Okay. R3. I know how to do that now. I have to stand in front of it. No! No, come on! I did that, I got that in time. Ah, oh, dang it. Yeah, no, I don't need to do it in easy mode, I wanted to do my sword attack, alright? Now I'll do that.
Wow.
So why did you get that one that time? Why didn't you get it last time? Come on now, Arnvald, pull your weight. Oh god, she is summoning a lot of these balls now. It is... Oh god! Yeah, it is difficult actually doing any damage to her while she keeps summoning these things in. Dang it, dang it, dang it! Ah! Come on, Arnvald! I can't get them all. Pick up the slack. Alright, it's fine. We got this. Let's zoom out a little bit more so I can actually see. No, she's insistent on stopping us, which is great. You got that one? Okay.
Wow, I offer you peace and serenity.
I get the feeling that we're not expected to actually defeat her at this point. And all we're expected to do at the moment is keep these balls away. Just based on the fact that she's not really given us the opportunity to do anything else. Not this one. Ironvod, are you really dropping the ball here?
To free you from your hate.
Yeah. At least when they're all bunched up like that, we can hit. Okay, thank God. Like I said, that seemed unwinnable, so...
Damn it all! It's only a matter of time before we miss one.
Salutations and fathomable stupidity, if it isn't the Jack Smiles back. At this time, I'm just trying to handle some balls right now. I'm hoping whatever Lisa's planned is... she's gonna do. Oh, hey! Yeah, I guess she has the echo as well, doesn't she? Another person immune to corruption would be really useful. As if on cue. Yeah, I kind of forgot about her.
What of it? Do you want to kill this thing or not?
I love how she's just dressed in, like... I mean, I know she's just come straight from prison, but she's dressed in, like, t-shirt and sweats. This is like, oh, come on, Fordola. I mean, we don't have a formal dress policy, but, you know, make an effort. Oh, separate, I see. Where'd you go? Did we win? Oh, she teleported over here. That is the problem. Deflect. No, you have to run away, Lise. If you get enthralled, it's going to be really awkward. I should be doing the voice, shouldn't I? Surely do not be... Very well, I shall see our guests to safety. Should I be doing something? Okay, there we go. Raubahn, Lise, please don't get enthralled. You're quite strong. Ow, I didn't know where to stand on that one. All of the spots seem to be bad. But that's fine, I can heal myself. The power of a red mage means you can mess up as much as you want and then compensate. Ah, I can't move. She's going over Lisa Raubahn. It's time for a QTE. What kind of warrior and light am I if I can't handle a few measly balls?
Do not your souls weigh heavy?
No, my soul's kind of light. nothing. We have to fight as one. Oh, quickly, everyone separate. Honorable, do you need healing? I'm gonna give Arnvald a quick top up. It'd be annoying to have come this far. Wait, am I healing him? Oh, I am. He's got lots of HP. Whatever, sword time. Alright, well, we'll whittle Lakshmi down. You gonna tell us how heavy my soul is? I understand now that they all went under and hidden for Dolo's shield. But again, like I said, the Warrior of Light means having the power to compensate for your mistakes. Still hurts, doesn't it? Again, it's a good job I can heal myself. Behold my divine brilliance! Oh, is she gonna do that move where she like fills the whole stage again? What in the? Her powers are out of control! Oh, shield us! I didn't read that in time. Yeah, alright, I'm killing her as quickly as I can, I promise. No, inventory. That one.
Here it comes!
Oh, is Lise gonna do a big attack? No, okay. I thought she was gonna do a nice big attack, but oh, wait, someone I guess she did. Could you not have opened with that? Why does everyone have like a really powerful spell that does like hundreds of thousands of damage, but they never use it? Y'shtola's got one too. It's great. Bugger off.
We did it! We beat her!
Yeah, well done, Arenford. You actually pulled your weight. Am I going to get an echo of Lise asking her? Okay, I am.
What is this?
It's a sword.
I'm only going to say this once. The Ananta just summoned their primal in the throne room. My friends are fighting her, but they need help. They need someone with the echo, and by the gods, I wish I had it, but I don't. I told you before that you still had time, but things have changed. I need your answer now. You can end it like Xenos, or you can fight for Alamigo. Your choice.
I mean, you can't end it exactly like Xenos, because he, like, merged with a Primal. And that's kind of tricky to do, but, you know. I could get the Warrior Light to come and kill you, if you want to end it, but we can get that bit down.
Seven hells. It's her, the Butcher.
I like how the Quicker and the Manta are just like, I don't know who that is. Should we know who that is?
It's done. Take me back to my cell.
You are not forgiven. Not you. You, I will never forgive. But I will thank you. For standing against a Primal and saving us from servitude. You have my thanks.
Oh, maybe we can redeem Fordola yet. She could be a scion. We'll have anyone, really. We're honestly not fussy. We'll take X-Max murderers. The fact that we let friggin' not Xenos. No, is it Xenos? No, he's the guy we just killed. Frick, what's his name? The red Empire guy join the Garland Ironworks. Not the Garland Ironworks. Sid's Ironworks? Is that Garland? Yeah, that is Garland Ironworks. Anyway, the fact is, we'll take anyone. War criminals or whatever. Well fought, Jack. Arenvold. That was a near thing. Aye. Our stand against the Quelana would have been brief indeed had you not volunteered for guard duty. We'd been enthralled as surely as our sentries were. They must have planned this far in advance. Security was my responsibility, and I know how dangerous primals can be. I should have... God, it's my fault. My stupid mistake. Nay, lass. We were all caught unawares. We'll take this as a lesson and watch our own more carefully in future. You can be sure that the lackeys who smuggled the crystals into the throne room weren't the only thralls in our ranks. The soldiers who first spoke up in favour of the Quelana keeping their weapons springs to mind. A primal servant is betrayed by his aura. If you mean to conduct an investigation, I can identify any others acting under Sri Lakshmi's influence. It's alright, Y'shtola, it is hard to pronounce. Thanks, Y'shtola, we'd appreciate the help. Speaking of help, I almost fell over when Fordola turned up. What was she even doing there? I asked her to come. As I said, the Scions really... We will just take anyone. If you've got the Echo, we'll consider you. Well, that explains it then. It's sad, but Regenfried was right. Her victims will never forgive her for what she's done. But I don't think Fordola picked up that sword looking for forgiveness. She wanted to fight for her country. If you say the world in which Fordola grew up and is partly to blame for what she became, then as an Alamegan, I feel responsible for improving that world. We can't ignore what's happening right now. We have to show people a better way than vengeance, or we risk giving birth to a new generation of skulls. I know it's idealistic, but I want to help people to let go of their old grievances and make peace with each other. And I'll hold 1,000 meetings and talk till I'm blue in the face if that's what it takes. It is a long and arduous path you have chosen, but one well worth walking. Rest assured that I will do what I can to help you reach your destination. Thank you, Alphino. The first step will be to get our representatives back in the throne room. They're a little shaken, but not one of them seemed ready to run. We're all determined to finish what we started. I will see that you're not interrupted, Jack. You and the Scions are to stand down. Get some rest. You've earned it. Fair enough. I like that Alphino's like, well, we'll help for as long as it takes, but not for more like a week or two, because the entirety of Final Fantasy XIV takes place within a year.
To contemplate the heavens.
No one ages. It's like Pokemon.
The envoys have chosen to instate a government model on Ishgard's House of Commons, a ruling body of representatives elected by the people. It is a fair decision, and one which signals the end of my part in all this. But I would gaze upon Girabania's stars one last time before I leave.
Bye then. Hi, Animo.
Forget something? Your Grace, there was no word.
How did you mistake my footsteps for hers? She has little tiny waddle feet.
Raubahn Aldin, you are hereby dismissed as General of the Immortal Flames and relieved of your seat on the Syndicate.
But, Your Grace...
Raubahn, I am no longer a child. Stay here in your homeland. Work with your brethren. Rebuild Alamigo.
You desire to stand alone. I understand, but remember what happened.
I guess you have tiny waddle feet too. Hey, I'm very conscious about my tiny waddle feet. Alright?
I remember full well the consequences of my naivety, and thus did I consult at length with a most trusted advisor ere I embarked upon this course.
I wear very heavy leaden shoes so that you can't tell.
A most trusted advisor? And what of me? Am I no longer deserving of your confidence?
What trust can there be between us when you withhold the truth from me? Did you think me oblivious to the anguish in your eyes when you spoke of returning to Ul'dah? For years and years, we have trusted one another. Yet now you refuse to confess your heart's desire?
I swore an oath to you that day on the sands. I pledged my sword.
Oh, this is getting serious. I hope they don't break up.
And it has served me well. But in Pippin you have forged a new sword, as sharp and deadly as the blade you bequeathed him. I will show you a Sultana who can wield every weapon at her disposal, including Lolorito and his monetarist cronies. So follow your heart, please. You are home. You are free.
Nanamo.
Smile for me, Raubahn. I would have this parting be a joyous one.
Thank you, Your Grace. It has been an honor to serve you and Uldar.
Tomorrow you will serve Alamigo and fight for the good of all Eorzea. Am I understood?
Yes, Your Grace.
Aw. I'm happy for Raubahn. So this means Nanamo's single now. Just asking for a friend.
Thanks for shielding us from Lakshmi, you two. If you hadn't been there, the rest of us would be worshipping her by now.
You're kind to include me, Lise. But we both know who did most of the work. I could scarce keep track of the battle, let alone land a telling blow. No shame in admitting it. The Warrior of Light has put far better men than me in the shade.
I am quite tall, yes. It's not even true. I made him average
Did
height.
I mention that I encountered the Sultana in the palace? It would seem Her Grace has come to Girabania to oversee the final stages of her relocation project. She was in search of General Oldin, and I directed her to the rooftop garden. I do hope he was still there.
Are you in the habit of gossiping about the affairs of royalty, Master Leveilleur?
Certainly not, Your Grace. I was merely informing my companions.
Be at ease, Alphino. 'Twas only a jest. But I must yield the floor to Raubahn. He has an important announcement to make.
As of yesternight, I have been relieved of my post in the Immortal Flames and the Syndicate both.
I shall be assuming my father's duties. And may I say that Tizona has never felt heavier upon my back.
Oh, okay. So he's now commander of the Immortal Flames. So if I use my minion...
'Twould seem I am in need of employment. Mayhap one of my old acquaintances can introduce me to a mercenary company or some such.
If I use my minion that summons the leader of the 3 grand companies, does it summon Pippin now?
You may be getting on in years, Father, but you'd struggle to find a band of sellswords who wouldn't snap your hand off. Your remaining hand.
Yes, the bull of Alamigo need not be put out to pasture just yet.
Your Grace has developed a wicked edge to her humor. And you, Pippin, would do well not to laugh when the future may hold the same for you.
Yeah, you could lose an arm. I love that, a nice little laugh.
So, does this mean you're staying?
Aye. That seems to be the way of it. I would be glad to aid you in rebuilding our nation, if you'll have me.
If, he says. Welcome home, Raubahn.
Well, that was unexpected. Though you seem distinctly unsurprised.
Yeah.
Either you're more astute than I give you credit for, or I'm losing my touch.
Nah, people just trust me with their secrets, and they don't trust you for shit because you just blab immediately to people.
In any event, one thing is certain. Alamigo will rejoice at the homecoming of her dearest son.
Would have been funny if she raised the wrong arm to shake his hand. It does. I think I've said this before, when like a while back. But the fact that they can build robots, but they can't build Raubahn an artificial arm, I just feel like that's a thing they should be able to do. Or maybe they can, and he just doesn't want one. He says, "I quite like the cape look with my bullhorn thing. It's quite cool." I think it's about time I headed back to Ralgar's Reach. What's next for all of you? LSA would be eager to hear of recent events, so I shall join you if you've no objections. I'd welcome the company. Jack, why don't you come along to the Reach as well once you've said your farewells to Nanamo and the others? Upon completion of this quest, you will be able to access the palace's rooftop gardens by speaking to the Royal Menagerie attendant. Oh. Okay, is that just for, like, photos? That's enough of you, Jack. My only words for you now are those of gratitude. I must assume Father's responsibilities without delay, lest our rivals, both inside and outside Uldar, treat his dismissal as... Do you mind? Does he dismissal as a window of opportunity? Rest assured they will find Tizonia's edge just as sharp in my hand. If a bit tinier. It seems my road has come full circle. I appreciate the support you showed for my earlier decision, overruled though it was. I mean, I didn't get a choice. I would have told you to stay as well, to be honest, because, I mean, it was obvious that that's where they were going to go, but... that way. So I wonder what's... So we've settled... This is the fun part of the post-expansion quests. Is I don't really know like where the story's going to go. I mean, I know it starts to build up to Shadowbringers, but I don't know what the plot of Shadowbringers is. So I don't know how the plot is going to start building up towards it. Sword might be as sharp, but now has 1/20th the reach. Yeah, exactly. It's like, but you know, Pippin's small and fast. So long as he doesn't fight anyone with like really armored like trousers, he's fine. Yeah, and the Empire probably has pretty good prosthetics. I imagine And you know, we've got Sid and we've got the other guy whose name I keep forgetting. This is bugging me. Nero. What's his name? They got Nero and Sid, and who are both like expert guys on building robotics. I just feel like shin guards. He can jump. I think you'd need to at least protect your crotch. Well, here we are again. That's the wrong one. Alpha Novas regard me with the thrilling tales of hidden treasure troves, mid-meeting betrayals, unlikely alliances, and joyous homecomings. It would seem I missed everything. I was patrolling the palace grounds with Thancred and Y'shtola when we heard the report of a primal in the throne room. I honestly doubted my own ears. As others have said, we were lucky to have our echo-blessed companions nearby this time, but we'll need to keep a closer eye on the Quelana. You can say that again. This whole episode has reminded me just how far apart our kinds still are. It looks like centuries of fear and mistrust really can't be washed away in a day, but someone has to make an effort at reconciliation if these conflicts are ever going to end. Naturally, a lot of people are crying out for vengeance, but I've been doing my best to calm things down. Violent reprisals will only lead to more summonings. Indeed, violence will ever beget violence, as the Empire has learned to its costs in recent times. In any case, summoning Lakshmi was the broodmother's doing, and whoever replaces her might not be so keen on the idea. We'll just have to watch and wait. Which isn't to say we won't be putting the safety of our allies in the Vera and Mid-tribes and M-tribes first. So I was like, and the Mid-tribes. I have a plan to have a resistance scouts keep track of the Quelana's movements at all times. My parents will be relieved to hear that. What are your plans for the rest of the resistance army out of interest? Are we to prepare for Imperial counterattacks? That would be a question for the resistance newest recruit, a military commander with far more experience than me. What? The Bull of Alamigo? We call it an army, but the resistance is really a collection of smaller independent groups, and when Conrad passed his command on to me, that authority only extended to the freedom fighters based at Raugar's Reach. He just happened to be serving as the resistance spokesman at the time, and needed someone to take over the role while everything was in disarray, but that time has passed. When I speak with the other leaders about reforming the army under the new government, I'll be nominating Raubahn as the overall commander of our forces. He has more experience than the rest of us put together, and we stand to learn a lot from him. Indeed, he is in all respects the ideal choice. Assuming he accepts the post, Alamigo will have added a formidable weapon to its arsenal. And given the progress of Nanamo's resettlement initiative, I see great cause for hope. The seeds which we so carefully sowed have begun to quicken, my friends. I like that. We tend to our promises and watch as Alamigo blooms. Done. Can I get paid now? Thank you. Give me my tiny, tiny Raubahn. Oh yeah, we still have to figure out sort out Gosetsu. I forgot about him. I do give my thanks to the Kami that my makeshift raft withstood the fury of the seas. But their generosity ended. Without coins in our pocket for new attire, we are doomed to look like so much jetsam. Oh, woe betide the poor man in a city of rich merchants. I mean, go talk to Hancock. He surely still recognizes you. These dango are delicious. Will you have one? More sweetbreads. I surrendered my blade to secure what few coins we have. Oh, he sold his sword. Again, I feel like just speak to Hancock. Get him to contact me. I mean, I don't have much money, but I can at least, you know, get him back home. Bah, 'tis like talking to a child. Why fate saddled me with this burden I shall never know. But I am alive, and I must return to my master's side. I mean, I could literally teleport to Kugane right now, Gosetsu, and we could go over there. It's fine. Come, Tsuyu. We will find a ship to carry us across the Ruby Sea. So I'm guessing Yotsuya has, like, lost her memory and become, like, mute, I guess, on account of the fact she's not talking. Get him to contact me, rather. No, he's my friend. Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace. Have you read the reports? First Dome and then Alamigo, and Lord Xenos put to the sword. Do not believe everything you read. I hear the Viceroy was merely wounded, and that he has already returned to the capital. Naturally, the savages beat their chests and boast loudly of taking his head, regardless. Nay, Lord Xenos lives! Deplorable that our own officers should be fooled by yours and misinformation. Small wonder the provinces have begun rising up in rebellion. We must prepare an official, and above all, accurate announcement to quell these pernicious rumors. They would wage war with empty words. Let them produce the Viceroy's remains then. We shall soon put the lie to their claims. But I obliterated him! Wait, no, hang on. No, he cut his own throat, didn't he? That's what happened. I'm trying to remember how he died. There's an angry man in the corner. Okay. But yeah, we did it. We completed patch 3... What are we on? Patch 4.1. Onward to patch 4.2, Rise of a New Sun. Mute, he just asking for Dango. Well, she gestured for Dango. I mean, you could point at... I've ordered food in Japan. You don't have to say anything. You just point. Just hold your fingers up to say how many you want, and they'll give you food. Yeah, he killed himself. He slit his own throat. If he survived that, then fair play to him. Ooh. Greeting. Like something rocked up on the table as I clicked accept there. I don't know what it was, but it was big. Jack, great timing. I was just about to send word to the Scions. I've got lots to tell you. The Council has officially recognised the resistance of our standing army, and I expect you can guess who's been appointed commander. Suffice it to say, we're in good hand. We all need to stop making jokes about the fact that Raubahn has one arm. Please. It is a legitimate disability, and it does not reflect well on us. Having the Bull of Alamigo at the helm has done wonders for morale. People were dancing in the streets when the announcement was made, and we have you and the Sultana to thank for it. If you two hadn't worked your magic, he'd never have contemplated following his heart. The Council has decreed that we're to maintain a presence at Rauka's Reach. Lise will continue to lead our forces in the fringes, a job she's been doing tirelessly. A bit too tirelessly, some may say. We're constantly having to remind her to rest before she falls over. That's an exaggeration, and I always get up again. Anyway, we can hardly afford to lower our guard now, not with our latest brush with Lakshmi. Speaking of which, we've been keeping a close eye on the Quelana, and it looks like they've chosen a new leader. It's, Shanti's daughter. You know, the half-dead one. For whatever reason, the Quelana thought she was the best candidate, which makes them leaderless, basically. As things stand, there's no prospect of engaging in talks, let alone coming to an understanding. But I won't let that stop me. I'll keep on reaching out to them until they finally see sense. Just like I've been reaching out to Fordola. She won't meet my gaze, but she's given up trying to ignore me. It may only be the odd grunt, but at least she's responding. I'll get through to her yet. Ah, Jack, there you are. Oh, for no, Alice, is everything alright? We've received word from Tartaru. Hancock has apparently acquired information of great interest and urgency. More than that she didn't say, only that we should come to Kugane right away. I had in mind for the two of us to set forth together, but Alice is determined to make it a party of 3. As I've told you more than a dozen times, brother, my wounds are quite healed, and I would benefit from some fresh air. Besides, you may well need an extra pair of hands. Worry not, sister, I have quite given up trying to convince you. Whether we be 2 or 3, we should depart as soon as possible. You'll be joining us, I trust. Huh, I was about to say I've come too, but I'll just have to settle for cheering you on from afar. Good luck with whatever it turns out to be. Thank you, Lise. Rest assured, should this business prove to be even tangential concern to Alamigo, we shall inform you without delay. Let us be off then. Hancock and Tartary await us at the Ruby Bazaar offices. So are they going to take a ship? Or can... Because it's never been clear to me on who can take Aetheryte crystals. Like, they obviously exist and people can do them. But I understand that people can't teleport as often as I can because I'm awesome. So am I just going to teleport over there? And they're going to be like, okay, we'll see you in 2 months once we get over there on our boat. Although, Alice didn't come with us the first time, so she'd need to attune to the Aetheryte anyway. Well, let's not worry about it. Let's go see what Hancock wants. I mean, hopefully it's just, hey, I saw Gosetsu outside, here you go. Oh, it's the whole team.
My friends, thank you for coming at such short notice.
We were told the matter was urgent. I take it Yugiri and Raubahn are also involved?
My presence here is but a happy coincidence. I am come on separate business, which can wait.
My apologies. Master Hancock, pray, tell our friends exactly what you told me.
Of course, of course. Some few days ago, a large detachment of soldiers was seen arriving at the Garlean embassy. This seemed to me most unusual, as no personages of note are due to visit for a matter of months.
Oh yeah, I forgot there was a Garlean embassy here. I guess, yeah, there's no reason for it to not continue to exist,
So, I made a few inquiries, whereupon I learned of a most curious rumor. Apparently, the soldiers were dispatched to Kugane to investigate recent sightings of a certain individual.
Yotsuyu.
The late acting Imperial Viceroy of Doma, Yotsuyu.
Oh, okay.
I beg your pardon?
I too am loath to believe it. I saw the keep come down on top of her. We all did.
Actually, was Alice with us the first time we came to Kugane? She might have been, actually, thinking about it. I mean, yeah, I did see it. She was shooting...
I would not presume to question your eyewitness accounts, nor am I one to take rumors at face value. The fact is, the Garleans have no knowledge of what took place at Doma Castle. They may well be chasing after a woman who merely resembles Yotsuyu.
Yeah, she got crushed while she was shooting Gosetsu over and over and over again with a gun. Wounds that Gosetsu apparently, I guess, just shrugged off in the ocean.
But a woman who resembles Yotsuyu in the company of a grizzled Rogadan samurai? I dare say that thickens the plot.
I guess the seawater just washed the bullets out.
Gosetsu! He's alive!
While I've no conclusive proof, I thought that such a possibility warranted your attention.
Have you informed Lord Hien? Well, I think we'd all like to believe the old bear survived.
Indeed. While I dare not give myself wholly to hope, I will not deny that I have prayed for such a miracle ever since that fateful day. But regardless of my personal feelings, if the Empire has seen fit to pursue these rumors so vigorously, we can scarce afford to ignore them. I am bound by duty to ascertain the truth of the matter. Will you join me in this quest?
Yeah, it's Gosetsu. He's my boy. We'll find Gosetsu together. And if we find Yotsuya, then fine, whatever.
If Gosetsu yet lives, he will need our help if he is to avoid capture.
I do wonder why Gosetsu just didn't come to Hancock, like...
Gosetsu is a dear friend, and we cannot abandon him to the mercy of the Empire. Our course is clear.
I guess maybe he's worried that if he goes to Hancock, then he'll turn
Hancock,
Yotsuya
is there aught
in.
else you can tell us?
And he's, I don't know, feels responsible
Alas
for it.
not. But I have taken the liberty of employing one of the finest informants money can buy. You shall have the latest intelligence on the Garlean's movements, and more besides.
Is he talking about Tataru? Okay, I don't like Hancock's grin. Please never smile, Hancock. The informant awaits you at your pleasure in the back streets of Sanjo Hanamachi. From its shining facade to its dark underbelly, few know Kugane as intimately as he. One of his finest informants money can buy. Why do I have a bad feeling about this? Permit me to assist you in your quest, my friends. The sooner your business is concluded, the sooner we may speak of mine. Should your search take you away from Kugane, my boat is at your disposal. I shall see that she is ready to sail. I'll give Raubahn a hand if he's providing us a ship. The least we can do is supply the provisions. We'll be at the pier if you need us. Oh, that's real. I didn't see you there. A welcome offer and an excellent plan. Without further ado, then, let us seek out this informant in Sanjo Hanamachi. Is it going to be the catfish? Because he's the only other character in Kugane left, I think. Gosetsu is a dumbass. This is true, yes. That is something I didn't take into account, the fact that Gosetsu is a moron. As love him as I do, he is a big stupid bear. Dude crossed a whole ass ocean in a tiny ass canoe with no food or water, yeah. He did do that. But, you know, that's part of his charm. But, yes, no, it's an absolutely valid point that he is an absolute... he has an absolute numbskull. Eat one of my pocket steaks. Oh, I didn't open my my Raubahn. I'll save Raubahn for next week. I've still got my little octopus friend for the time being. My little taco. This should be the place. Now we wait and see who comes. Yeah, it is the catfish guy. It's been a while, my friends. Yes, yes, a long while indeed. Hello. I knew it. Gyodo, any unfunny business, and you know what will happen, I trust. No funny business. Only loyal service and the finest quality information, of course. Such quality does not come cheap. No, but then Hancock already paid you. Honestly, you must think we were born yesterday. I've half a mind to call lease. No lease, I beg you. No boots. I will tell everything I know, free of charge. The Empire searches for Yotsuya, high and low, far and wide. Come to enlist my help, they did, promising rich rewards for decisive information. And you have decisive information? Were the two individuals sighted there indeed Gosetsu and Yotsuya? Alas, see them with my own eyes I did not, but the Imperials are confident. Yes, very confident indeed. Look at the size of their contingent. But here is something they do not know. I like how he squeaks when he moves. There's something they do not know. A rumor which we will find most interesting, I think. They say an elderly Rogadin samurai appeared on Kogane Dori with a beauteous maiden and sold his katana to a pawnbroker. There's no common katana either, but one of surpassing craftsmanship. Well, that is interesting. Assuming it's true, did you corroborate the rumour with the pawnbroker in question? No. Regrettably, I do not have a working relationship with the master of Shofuku Shichien-den. Now, why would that be, I wonder? If I didn't know better, I think he'd lend you money. Well, he will help you, I'm certain. While you speak with him, I'll make contact with my Garlean connections and learn what I can of their progress. If you make me buy his katana back, I'm sorry, I don't have the money. A glimpse of the blade is all I need to be sure, but it is wise to let the Namazu out of. Is it wise to let the Namazu out of our sight? Do not glare at me, sir. I beg you. To divide our forces is simply more efficient. He's right. Given the urgency, we would do well to split up. And so I will go with our friend here. Nothing improves efficiency like a little supervision. Yes, we'll go together. And there will be no boots. No, I have a sword. Let's be about it then. Good luck with the katana. Shall we reconvene at the pier later on? Fragrant as the Ruby Bazaar offices are, I prefer the fresh air. The smell of fish and seawater. I believe Alice has her task well in hand. Shall we seek out the pawnbroker? I can now greet people. It's only taken me, what, 200 hours of playing this game? Oh, I have emotes. Where's greeting? Oh, there it is. Kind of fading, but okay. Kind of basic. Ooh. And a green tea set. Excellent. Another thing to decorate my gaudy new apartment with. Everything in order, then let us proceed to Kokanedori and find the master of Shofuku Shichien. It is terribly rude when the NPCs walk through you in order to get to where they go. It's like you could just program pathing that is not a straight line. Ugh. Sup, Turkey Pawnbroker? We might have had customers like those you described. So many people come through, it's difficult to remember. Perhaps you could jog my memory by making a purchase. No? Well, you can't blame a woman for trying. This doesn't seem to be the pawnbroker you seek. Let's try the pushy pawnbroker. The rugged samurai and a maiden. Never seen him. Now, if you don't have any business with me, make way for someone who does. Okay. I'm guessing this is the one. Because it's never one of the ones I talk to, because I have to talk to them in order. Well, I can talk to them in any order, and if I get the right one first, I always still have to talk to the other two. Welcome, good sir, welcome. Will you be buying, or... Ah, so you've heard tell of the Rogadin Samurai's katana. Small wonder, it is a fine example of its kind. One moment. Oh no, it was this one. Never mind. Ignore what I was saying. Do I hope you found our pawnbroker? Excellent work, Jack. And that is the katana? Yeah, it looks like his. There can be no doubt. It is Gosetsu's blade. The craftsmanship is exquisite, is it not? And you are pleased to know that the pledge has just expired. I should be glad to sell it to you, assuming you have the coin. This is no ordinary weapon, you understand, and it is priced accordingly. But if you are serious, I suggest you act quickly, as several noted collectors have already expressed an interest. The blade represents conclusive proof of Gosetsu's survival. I suppose this could be considered a necessary cost in securing his safe return. Yet it is not a decision I can make alone, least of all when our nation has scarce begun to rebuild. I'll pay. Nay, my friend. Grateful though I am for the offer, I cannot ask this of you. It is enough to know that Gosetsu is alive and well. Yugiri, wait. The Scions will buy the katana. Pray consider it a gift. Master Alphino, your kindness is touching, truly, yet in matters of coin, would Mistress Tartaru not expect to be consulted? Come now, our friend would never have relinquished his blade with need not great, and we are not bound by honor to help a friend in need. I say we are, and I'm sure Tartaru would wholeheartedly agree. It is settled then. You have made a wise choice, my friend. Such pieces are few and far between. Now, if you be so good as to come this way, I shall prepare the necessary papers. Yeah, again, if Gosetsu had come to talk to us in the first place, we could have saved a lot of time and money. But hey, at least I didn't have to pay for it. If I may ask, sir, after he visited your establishment, do you perchance know where the old samurai went? He is our friend, and we would return his weapon to him. A friend of yours, you say? I see. Well then, I suppose there'd be no harm in telling you. No sooner I'd provided him with the requested sum than his pretty young companion began clamouring for dango. I duly recommended those served at the Umineko tea house, and thither they set off. Clamouring for dango? Could these truly be the same people? It makes no sense. Some manner of code, perhaps, but it avails us naught to speculate. Let us go to this tea house and see if we can pick up their trail. Well, I'm glad we got Gosetsu's sword back, at least. Especially if it's like a really rare sword. Although I'm looking forward to Tartaru being furious at having to update all her spreadsheets to make money for Gosetsu's sword. Like, this is my one thing, is accountancy, and you didn't call me. Ume! That's, I think, Japanese for horse. Oh, but of course I remember. How could I forget a pair like that? The most beautiful girl you'll ever see, scoffing down dango as if her life depended on it, while the old samurai looked on. Not quite what he expected, I'll wager. Far be it from me to gossip about my customers, but he was planning to spirit her away across the Ruby Sea, out of the reach of their family, no doubt. When the girl had finally had her fill, they set off in the direction of the Shiokaze hostelry, presumably to find someone discreet with a boat. So Gosetsu makes for Doma, with this woman who travels with him. The more I hear about her, the more I wonder if she can truly be Yotsuyu. Oh, I have my tea set now. What other gifts do you want to give me? You know, nothing. I mean, it's fine. Well, doubts remain over the identity of Gosetsu's travelling companions. For now, we can but follow the trail. Come, let us away to the pier and make ready to sail. With luck, Alice will already have joined Master Raubahn and Mistress Tartaru there. We can finally see Tartaru get mad at Alphino for spending all our money. Alphino's just like, that was only a measly 10 million gil. I mean, sure, you've got that just hanging around. Oh, that's all of our money. Okay, never mind. Excellent timing, my friends. Mistress Alice arrived mere moments ago. All went well on my end. Gyodo met with an Imperial officer and wheedled his way to some new information. It seems that the troops who recently arrived in Kogane came directly from Garlemald. The Imperial's base here have been kept in the dark. And that's not all. A contingent of the aforementioned troops are preparing for deployment to the Ruby Sea. If I didn't know better, I'd say they picked up Gosetsu's trail. He didn't even haggle. No, he bought it for my market price, and he even bought the extended warranty for 2 years, just in case anything happened to the sword. The new information matches ours. We are quite certain that Gosetsu seeks to cross to the mainland. So we really need to stop trusting the 16-year-old with important decisions. Yeah, here we go. I'm sorry. Did I hear that right? You used Scion funds to buy Gosetsu's katana at the asking price. Aye, well, we were in some haste, and it seemed a worthwhile gesture. Speaking of which, here is the contract of sale. Pray see that the man is paid. Thou's beard, you agreed to this? Give me strength. Well, it's not like the search can wait. You'd best be on your way. Oh, Tataru was less mad than I thought. Oh, wait. But Alphino, we need to talk. I want you to come straight to the offices as soon as you get back. Promise me. Oh, very well. I shall call upon you as soon as I return. First, let us go to the ruby price. If Gosetsu has already set sail, the sentries there are sure to have seen him. Alphino doesn't even realise that he's in trouble. Tataru seemed rather vexed, did she not? Ever the melodramatist. I am sure our finances can stretch to a single sword. Remind me to explain the value of such gestures when we next see her. But I digress. We have work to do. Oh, it's now actually doing a thing. I thought this was just going to be a... I thought we were just going to go around and talk to people for a bit. That's cool. I don't mind. For my boy Gosetsu.
Right. I suggest we begin by learning what we can from the sentries.
Oh. Have we come at a bad time?
What's going on up there?
Travelers, are you? You may wish to postpone your plans. The Garleans have launched an attack on the Confederacy.
Oh.
We have no reason to believe they'll turn their attention here, but for your own safety, I suggest you return to Kugane.
Oh, I thought they parked. They had like a giant ship they parked on top of the mountain, but it's just an airship flying there.
The Garleans bear no love for the Confederacy, but with Doma lost to them, why would they attack? Unless
Yotsuyu is on that island.
Even if she isn't, our allies are under attack and they need our help.
We will help them, while you remain with Raubahn. Arguing will only delay us. Is that clear?
Fine, but you haven't heard the last of this.
Raubahn, we may need to make a swift exit. See that the boat is ready to sail at a moment's notice.
How long does it take for your wounds to heal, I'll say? Like, I get cut up and healed, like, daily.
It shall be done.
I fought a Primal earlier today. And I'm fine. Get over it. Maybe
What, and
Alphino's
you're going
just
to
protective.
swim there, are you?
'Tis the quickest way, and you may rest assured I've been practicing.
Yeah! Such form, such grace.
come.
I love it if you Gary did the same. Someone goes, ah! So, oh. You're right, Alphino. I did it.
An opening. Your defense is lacking. Leave this to me.
Hey, Tansui. Come to help, but mostly for our own ends, not because we care. That was a big robot. I was wondering what was shooting at me. I like their robot designs. I love it. Oh, okay, so Gosetsu is here then. Cool. I can only assume he's punching them. Or maybe he's doing that cool thing like... where they, like, the sword is just an extension of your own body. And so he's just doing his normal sword strikes with his... No, he has a sword, never mind. I thought he was going to be doing, like, bare-handed sword strikes like Zoro in One Piece, but he just has a cheap sword.
Lady Yotsuyu, we're here to rescue you. Please, come with us.
Stay back, Tsuyu.
Are you all right?
Oh, she can talk, okay.
Is he all right?
Is he alright?
Gosetsu.
Oh yeah, I still got all these bullet holes in me. I have made no effort to repair them.
Damn it, we took too long. Change of plan. Eliminate hostiles. All forces, attack!
Let these 4 guys stand a chance. With a few of my best shots there, and he's still standing, so maybe he's got a bit more going on than I thought. It's going to be awkward, though. If, I mean, like I said, I'm working under the assumption that Yotsuya's lost her memory. It's going to be awkward if we work under the assumption if she's like, oh, I've forgotten my memory. You don't forget your memory, you lose your memory. I've lost my memory. And when we go to all this effort to save her, and then she remembers it, and she just turns back into a rotter. So, well. That was a lot of how do you do. Draw the armor this way. Oh, over to you? What's your plan here? I've drawn it over. I mean, okay, you said to draw it over because I thought you had a plan. But I'm going to be honest, that I just ended up killing it. I don't really know what your plan was there, but I mean, job done, I guess. Maybe she did something to it that made it weaker, I don't know. I'll just follow instructions. We done? Oh no, there's a new crab. Have care, we don't know what we face. I just said it's a crab. Trust me. I know crabs. Stop aiming at me with your circle of death. I mean, I am the most... I am the strongest target, so it makes sense to, but... Ah! You say back, but it keeps chasing me. Oh, okay. So I guess we've given up on going back now. Back to just fighting it.
The art of my forebears.
We're still fighting. God damn. They're persistent, aren't they? "40 seconds until Alpha No cast his spell storm." Is he charging? And it's just no. He just won't think to cast it for another 40 seconds. Damn it. I'm gonna have just about charged up my my sword attacks.
Release!
Oh, okay, well that's fine, because I didn't quite finish him off. That last guy got nuked kind of hard. I felt bad for him. Just turned around and slapped him with holy.
Gosetsu, thank the heavens.
Yugiri, my friends. The Kami were kind to guide your steps this way.
It's over. The Imperials are retreating. I suppose we have you to thank for that.
No, none of the Imperials we fought are retreating because we killed them.
But they would never have come here were it not for her. I had a bad feeling the moment your samurai friend arrived with that woman in tow.
Do not be afraid, Suyu. These people are my friends.
Friends.
They all have very angry expressions for friends.
Forgive me, but at the risk of souring the mood, I believe you owe us an explanation. You may start by telling us what happened at Doma Castle.
Of course. I'll not begrudge you that. As you know, we were trapped inside the keep when it collapsed. But even as the roof crumbled above us, so too did the floor below. We were swept out into the One River, where we would surely have drowned had a stout wooden door not chanced to float by, offering us a raft of sorts. Exhausted, we drifted out to sea, at the mercy of the tides, which saw fit to dispense us on a desert island.
She was with you the entire time?
Aye. 'Twas her kimono which saved her from Hien's blade, believe it or not. Some Garlean witchcraft in the weave. But it offered precious little protection against the fall. Though she survived, she awoke bereft of all her memories, and speaking like a child.
That's the way to redeem a villain. Brain damage.
A trick, surely.
That was my first thought, aye. And I contemplated cutting her down and being done with it. Contemplated it long and hard. Yet the Kami saw fit to deliver us from certain death. 'Twas their will that we survive, both of us, together. And together we shall go before our master. He shall be the one to judge.
Judge what?
Great. After GTA's Kevlar makeup, FF14's Kevlar silk. Yeah, you eventually were going to just get an entirely invulnerable woman who just looks like she's dressed completely normally.
She's your prisoner, old man. Do with her as you will. Call her Tsuyu, or whatever else tickles your fancy.
'Twas a name given out of necessity whilst on the road. Nothing more.
As you say.
Bulletproof geisha.
But remember this. Our people suffered much at that woman's hands. When the time comes, I trust you won't let emotion blind you to what needs to be done.
In fairness, outside of cutscenes, most of the women in Final Fantasy XIV are immune to bullets. It's only in cutscenes when they do damage. Same for swords, or anything, really.
Well, I must be going. I have an unholy mess to clean up. You should be on your way too, before the Imperials decide to take another tilt. Oh, and we'll overlook the tithe this once. You're welcome.
Well, I mean, we knew that happened, but at least now the team know that Gosetsu and Yotsuyu are still alive. I think it would have been cool if they hadn't shown you Gosetsu alive, though, and they'd shown you the sword, and then they had heard the rumors, and it's like, is Gosetsu alive, or is it going to turn out to be some ruse? And it's like, he is alive, hooray! And then they show you the cutscenes whilst he's telling you about what happened. That's the way I would have done it, but that's me. That makeup they put on, she wouldn't just be bulletproof. Bullets would probably ricochet off her face. Oh yeah, I see what you mean by geishas. Yeah, having that thick white makeup. It's actually dangerous to shoot a geisha in the face with bulletproof makeup on. Yeah, because you potentially just end up shooting yourself with your own bullets. As Tansui says, we should move on. It would not do for Yotsuya to be seen here. Now, if I know my sister, she will already be waiting with the boat at the nearby pier. Let's go and see if I'm right. Again, I'm glad I went to the effort of unlocking flying here. Yeah. Gosetsu, thank the gods you're safe. It was all I could do to watch the battle from afar. And it was all I could do to restrain her. Can you blame me for worrying? Strong as Jack is, anything could happen in the chaos. But enough about me. We need to talk about her. So I just had this conversation a second ago. It's fine. Greetings. They tell me you've lost your memory, and that's fine. But I want you to know something. I won't be taking my eyes off of you. Not for a moment. Because I understand I am beautiful. These people are strange. Are you sure they're your friends? I am. They may behave strangely, but I trust them with my life. You have naught to fear. All right, if you say so. Right. 'Tis past time we set sail. I, for one, would not keep Lord Hien waiting without due cause. Aye, and the longer we tarry, the more we risk inviting trouble. Lest you forget, the Red Kojin bear no love for Yotsuyu either. I shall deliver you to familiar shores, near Asari, but out of the village's sight. We're not going to give Gosetsu his sword back yet, then. It's like, let's see how this plays out. And then maybe we'll give him his sword back. Maybe. Where are we? Alright, we're not far from the thing. This quest is Hope on the Waves. Let's keep going for a little bit longer. I kind of want to see what happens at the... We won't go all the way to the end of 4-2, but I think if we go to the next 2 missions, that gives us a new Aetheryte shard by the looks of it. Here is where we part ways, my friends. I pray the remainder of your journey passes uneventfully. Jack, when you're not otherwise occupied, I would speak with you about my next business venture. Have you heard of this thing called Uber Eats? I intend to do the same, but underwater. It promises to be extremely lucrative, and I do not say so lightly. After the prodigious sum spent acquiring a certain sword, it would present a fine opportunity to refill the Scion's coffers and restore the smile to Mistress Tartaru's face. Oh, come along. Tatu was overreacting. How much could a single katana possibly cost? Far more than you think, plainly. A blade like Gosetsu's is worth a fortune, enough to buy a house and furnish it, which you would know had you bothered to check the price. What? I had no idea. This business venture of Raubahn, you will give it a fair hearing, I trust. He has been good to us, after all. As for me, I think I shall look into drawing upon my personal funds. Fortunately, grandfather left me with quite a sizable inheritance. I can maybe stave off Tartaru's anger for a little bit longer. Oh, Raubahn is just still here. And I can get an orchestration roll. Nice. Alright, well, we'll do that later. We must meet with Lord Hien as soon as possible, though mayhap not at the Enclave. I will send word requesting that he receive us at the House of the Fierce, where there are fewer prying eyes. If all are in agreement, I shall scout ahead and see that the way is clear. Pray follow as swiftly as you are able, and join me in the outskirts of Namai. The camera's zoomed out in just such a way that I keep getting the tree in my way. Onward! I'm guessing that Raubahn thing unlocks a dungeon or something. Didn't need a fly for that, really. I could have just walked over here. Sorry, Yagiri, I didn't mean to stand inside you as well. All is well. Good. The others are hiding nearby. Let us proceed. Quietly, if you please. There's no... Yeah, the Warrior of Light isn't exactly known for yelling and screaming, so you're fine.
My Lord Hien, I am returned.
Save your tears for the morrow. For we who yet walk the path should not think too much on the destination. When the hour arrives, we shall welcome what comes with open arms. And welcome it you did, even as the keep fell down around us. At that moment, in your smile, I spied a shred of hope. One which I have clung to ever since. Gosetsu, full glad am I to see you alive and well.
We have played this scene before, have we not? Though this time our roles are reversed.
That they are. Meaning you know how I feel. Wholly at a loss for words. Welcome back, old friend. Now then, though we rejoice at your return, it seems you have brought with you certain complications.
Yeah.
Rise, my friend. Tell me everything.
Yotsuya is a complication, to be sure.
The Empire is bold indeed to send a token force to engage the Confederacy.
As acting Viceroy, Yotsuyu would have been privy to Imperial secrets. The Garleans will not soon give up the chase.
Nay, it will end with her capture, or her death.
Are you a friend, too?
She claims to have lost her memory, though I know not if she speaks true. I brought her here that you might decide her fate.
Lost her memory, you say? Regardless, the people have not forgotten. Her face yet haunts their dreams. She cannot roam free. We will hold her here for a time.
I'll buy her a mask. Look, like
Place
half
her
the
in
armor sets
Tafia's
of this
care,
game have...
with the express instruction that she is not to be seen.
Half the armor sets of this game cover the face. That's why I always have them. That's why I just have the sunglasses.
Yes,
glamour
my lord.
everything.
Come.
No, I don't want to. Don't let her take me away!
It's all right, Soyu. I will come with you. Be a good girl, and listen to Yugiri.
I mean, she is faking.
From a hound at his throat to a puppy at his heel.
Yeah, she is faking. She's certainly got the long con.
If this is an act, it is a remarkable performance.
But I suppose, I mean, again, if she is faking, it is a pretty good plan, because it's like, well, Gosetsu's here. He's absolutely going to kill me. Guess I'll pretend to have brain damage. Here's my plan. We'll heal her, get her memories back, and then execute her for her crimes. How does that sound? Everyone in agreement? Good. Thank you for delivering Gosetsu back to us in one piece. We are lucky indeed to have friends who would journey to the other side of the world to help us, and repeatedly at that. We have much and more to think upon, but as regards the Empire, we can but watch and wait. Now then, seeing as you've come all this way, you must allow me to show you around the Enclave. I would not have you thinking we've been idle in your absence. The rebuilding effort proceeds apace. I'm pleased to say that we are now ready to welcome home our countrymen who were displaced by the war. Should they so desire it, there is place for them here there's place here for those who fled to Eorzea. We should begin We should be delighted to accept your invitation, Lord Hien, and I have no doubt that your subjects of Revenant's Toll will be heartened to hear that their lord has not forgotten them. Oh yeah, I forgot that the guys at Doma we hadn't done anything with them yet. I kind of just assumed they would make their own way back now that it was over, but yeah, we haven't really done it that. Oh, it's nothing. I just thought the Gosetsu Nugiri would be back by now. Oh, there we go. Forgive me, my lord, but Captain Giafuya is nowhere to be found. Oh, he was here when I arrived. For now, we have taken Yotsuyo to a private chamber and assigned another to watch over her, my lord. But I find it passing strange that the captain should leave his post with nary a word. That does seem most unusual. If you mean to look for the man, we would be happy to assist you. We should be glad of the help. While I search without, mayhap you could ask our soldiers here if they know anything. I will join you. With respect, my lord, you should remain here. Should the Empire move against us, you'll be better able to coordinate our response. And there I was thinking I was in charge. But you have the right of it. Go on then, I will mind the house. So I'm guessing this captain's probably like seen Yotsuya and been like, I ain't having that. Time to mess some stuff up. You see, the captain, he passed by a little while ago. I wondered if I should tell someone as it happens. He did not look well, you see. I asked if what was the matter, and he told me that the past had caught up with him. But I doubt it was that. There are older men in our ranks. Yes, that's what I mean. He's clearly seen Yotsuya and been like, oh god! I must kill or tell someone, I don't know. Captain Giafuya? Yeah. He was headed for the northern entrance when I last saw him last. I was going to invite him to train with us, but he did not hear me call out to him. If you need him, I dare say the sentry on duty will be able to tell you more. Indeed, I suggest as much to Mistress Alice when she came asking earlier. Is something amiss? Speak with the Liberation Front sentry. Aye, the captain went outside some few bells ago, looking quite unwell. I'm sorry to say, this I mentioned to Lord Gosetsu, who straightway struck out after him. I hope they will be alright. Gosetsu too? It seems everyone is bent on joining the search. That's all well and good, but someone has to stay behind. There's no telling what the Empire is plotting. You go on, Jack. Alphino and I shall hold the fort. So, I mean, normally you offer to go out and to say, you stay here, Jack, we'll take care of it. It's like, no, you go out because it's the more interesting thing to do. We'll stay here and hold the fort. Because it involves not doing anything. That's right, egg. Yeah. Now that I know I can hatch a tiny chocobo out of it, my egg mount has become even stronger. Hey, Giafuya!
Ah! By the Kami! Your Lord Hien! Leave me! Leave me, I beg of you. Say nothing of this. I was never here.
There you are.
Lady Yugiri, Lord Gosetsu, forgive me my abrupt disappearance.
You have your reasons, I am sure. Will you not share them?
I was her master when she was yet a courtesan.
By the Kami.
She worked in my establishment.
Ah! He was
her father was a regular client of mine. One day, quite without preamble, he offered to sell her to me. Yeah, she may be no maiden, he said, but she has some use left in her.
He sold her short. When I first beheld her, I was struck by her beauty. And yet, behind her eyes there was an emptiness. It was as if she had given up on life. She seemed more a doll than a woman. It was no profession for her. But I knew she would be popular. And so it proved. Men flocked to drown themselves in that cold, bottomless gaze. The rest you know. She became an Imperial informant, and for her loyal service won the office of acting Viceroy.
Then castle fell on her, and she got brain damage, and then she spent some time on an island.
Well, you came to
with
serve
an old
the
man.
Liberation Front.
'Tis said that the atrocities Yotsuyu committed were driven by vengeance. If so, I bear part of the blame for creating the monster she became. Joining the front was meant to be my atonement. But the truth is, I am a coward, whose only thought was to escape her wrath. Then as now.
I see. Then I shall recommend that you be assigned to a new post. I trust you have no objections, Yulgiri?
None. It would not do to leave Yotsuyu in his care.
I am in your debt.
It's fine, though.
Who is it that you seek to protect, Kozetsu?
You may have created a monster, but she's forgotten that now, so it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Idle musings. Pray, pay me no mind.
Okay, I shall ignore you. As you command, Lady Yugiri. That rain went away quickly. Forgive me, now is not the time for brooding. Come, let us rejoin the others. Rock over my guardian, like, oh, the guardians are attacking! Like, no, it's just me. My sentient mech. We never talk about how it's sentient anymore, but it is. I thank you for your help in the search. Kosetsu has told me all that transpired. I would not presume to defend the life Jifuya led before the front, nor will I condemn it. Frankly, it is not my place to judge. I will only say this. The Jifuya I know has ever been a man of courage. That he should feel driven to flee bespeaks the depth of his terror. Even now, Yotsuya casts a shadow over the realm. But the question of what is to be done with her must wait. The Empire is on the move once more. Alright, let's call it there. This quest is right next to an Aetheryte shard, so I can teleport right back. Oh, that was the thing I was worried about on the last quest, is it was quite awkward to get back to here. But this is easy to get back to, so... plus it's just after midnight, so... I'm quite tired, so we'll call it there. But yeah, that was good. We sorted out some stuff with Raubahn and Nanamo. We beat another Primal. That's always a good evening as far as the Warrior of Light's concerned. That's his bread and butter, is beating up Primals. So good stuff. Yeah. So next stream's tomorrow. I'm going to be playing the Splatoon 3 story mode. I've been playing a little bit of it today. I was tempted to stream it in the afternoon, but then I was just like, no, I just want to enjoy playing this for a change. So I've been playing some of the sort of multiplayer and side quest stuff, but so I'm excited to actually start the story mode. Annoyingly, my intention was to finish the Splatoon 2 story mode and the DLC before Splatoon 3 came out. However, that didn't work out, and I've almost finished the Splatoon 2 story mode. So what I think what I'll have to do is we'll do the Splatoon 3 story mode, and then in a couple of weeks, because I figure there's no point playing Splatoon 2 now, because no one's going to want to watch Splatoon 2 while Splatoon 3 is like fresh. So I'll wait a couple of weeks, then we'll finish off Splatoon 2 and do the DLC, and I can just fill in the blanks. The idea was that I was going to go in fully informed of what the plot was when I started tomorrow, but we'll just have to retroactively figure it out. So I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. I imagine they're probably expecting a lot of new people to be watching, to be playing Splatoon 3, and that to be their sort of first Splatoon game. So I'm imagining the story mode will be geared as such that it's not too reliant on previous knowledge. But we shall see. So that's 12. So in about 12 hours from now. So that's the next stream. Otherwise, the next stream will be the Monday after that. And then we'll play Final Fantasy same time next week. We'll continue on with the post-Stormblood stuff. I think at the rate we're going... Well, yeah, it's still going to take a little while to get through the post-Stormblood stuff, so that'll probably be for the next few months, I reckon. Hopefully we can start Shadowbringers before Christmas. That's the plan. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you did, I'm going to go to well, I'm not going to go to sleep, but I'm going to stop playing. And I shall see you at 12. So yeah, thanks for watching. I've been Jack Dandy. You've all been, as always, Just Dandy, and I'll catch you next time. Good night.